My broadcast partner, Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool. Right now, the Phils have the lead in the series. Reading won Game 1 and won last night Game 3. Hartford won the middle game, and so it is a 2-1 advantage right now for the Fightins over the Yard Goats as they look to try to take care of business and win a series at home. At home for the first time all season, looking to win their second series of the year. But Jake, let's get back into last night a little bit, and obviously some good things to take out of last night. First and foremost, the win, and one of the things that I've been harping on a little bit about this team is how good they are coming from behind, that they never seem like they're out of a game. But the one thing that they haven't been consistent at is when they have a 2-1 lead to try to get it to a 3-1 and a 4-1 advantage. And last night they were able to do that.
Yeah, I know there's been so much talk late in the game kind of about the bullpen and how it's, struggled at times to hold leads. But I think a lot of that, too, is the offense. They get out to these early leads, and not that they shut down per se. It's more just that, the offense has struggled to tack on runs late in ball games. When things are going well, there's a lot of nights where, they'll lead, 5-1 after 5, and then kind of, get quiet the final 4 innings, and you can't really, tack on those runs that, come back to bite you later on in the game, or it's a critical error on the bases, or double play ball that, if that didn't happen, there's a chance that you add another run, and then I feel like more often than not we turn to each other and we say, you would have loved to have that run added on. And then when I do get those runs, you look back and you say, good thing they had that run, if a home run or, something happens that scores a run. So, that's kind of the big thing there. And I think it's just, being able to be aggressive late, keeping the mindset, keeping the approach same. And, Tyler Henson talked about it yesterday with us, not getting comfortable when the guys are up in games, still having that same approach that they have, first, second, third inning of games, have it late in the games too, and just continue to put insurance runs on. Again,
the Reading Fightin Phils of Hartford Yard Goats at 7 o'clock. It is a Fiesta Friday here at the ballpark, brought to you by Savage 61, and so the Phils will be Los Luchadores on a Friday night here in Baseball Town, and fireworks to follow after the ball game is over with. Yeah, one of the things that Tyler Henson was talking about and kind of harping on a little bit is his frustration from the night before when Reading dropped Game 2 of the series because they weren't producing with men on base in that game. Last night, they were able to do that. When they got guys on base, they were able to bring them home. And nothing percent that better. You go back to an inning where the Phils kind of broke it open last night with a 4-run inning. They did all of it without a base hit.
That was the crazy thing, too. But it's the ability to, 1, play small ball, and B, take advantage of opponents' mistakes. Yep. That's what they did. But a lot of those mistakes that Reading forced Hartford to make was because they forced Hartford to make those mistakes. There was an error by, an infielder last night, and that may not happen if the ball wasn't hit where it was hit, because it was still a play that should be made, but it was not a can of corn routine type play. So, that's been a big thing. And to circle back to the runners in scoring position conversation, that's actually been an area of improvement by Reading these last couple of weeks. Pretty much most of the first half, the Phils have ranked more towards the middle of the pack when it's come to runners in scoring position. They've hit really well these last couple of weeks, have themselves up to second place, right around a 250 average with runners in scoring position. So that's improved. And we asked Henson last night, what's that next step for the offense? They've already been so good, but how can we get them to be even better? The answer to the question is A, consistency, but B, I think it's consistency with runners in scoring position.
And you scored 8 runs last night. The Fightins, then out of the 8 RBIs in the game, it was spread over 7 guys in the lineup. So that's getting you production up and down the order, which is another good thing for this team as it moves forward. And the other good thing for this team as it moves forward, and for a lot of people, this franchise as it moves forward, and that is Mick Abel had himself a quality start. Again, did not factor in on the decision because after 5 innings, his night was over with. The game was tied 2-2 at that point in time, but it was another quality start for Mick Abel. Gave up a solo home run in the first inning, no big deal. Ends up with 7 strikeouts and was pretty much in control, didn't get himself in any trouble with wildness last night.
And that's all you can ask for a guy like Mick Abel. Everybody looks at these top prospects. Almost said Mick Abel. McGarry, Abel, and Andrew Painter. Everyone looks at those 3, and it's like you're expecting perfection, every single time those guys pitch. You're expecting what Griff McGarry did last week, 5 no-hit innings. But, these guys are young. They're still fairly new to the AA level. They're going to give up home runs. They're going to give up runs. The guys on the other side, especially Hunter Goodman, who hit the home run off Abel last night, is a very good baseball player. So they're going to give up runs, but it's about limiting damage, and that's what a good professional pitcher does. Everyone got so used to the Roy Halladay's, the Nolan Ryans of the world, who would give you 8, 9, 7 innings consistently every night. of 1 or 2 runs or even less. A lot of shutouts. Everyone got so used to that. But like in this day and age in baseball, the guy can give you 6 innings, 3 runs or less. That's totally fine. And for Abel last night, gave you 5, 2 runs. That's totally a good start for him, and I think that's a positive movement in the right direction for Mick Abel too.
Yeah, I'll tell you a quick story. And when it comes to that, I was talking about Mick Abel somewhere, and somebody said to me, "Well, Sandy Koufax. Look at what Sandy Koufax did." And I responded by saying, "Yeah, Sandy Koufax blew out his elbow and was done after 8 years in baseball. They were 8 fantastic seasons, but they didn't have Tommy John surgery in the 1960s, and Sandy Koufax's career is over." That is part of this. They're trying to prevent any situations. Tyler Henson talked about it last night with Tyler Phillips the night before when he had a no-hitter going through 6 innings and only 73 pitches. The plan was, because he had an injury last year, 6 innings. Doesn't matter if it's 6 perfect innings, 6 no-hit innings, 6 innings. And that was the limit, and that is the way these teams are approaching it. They're too valuable to the franchises to make those kind of mistakes in their mind to get a guy to get hurt. Jake mentioned him, worth mentioning again, because the guy otherwise in the stable of arms in the Phil's rotation, hopefully for the future, Griff McGarry, he gets the ball tonight, as you said. His last time out, absolutely a brilliant outing for Griff McGarry.
5 no-hit innings. Could not have asked for a better outing from McGarry. And the biggest thing is, yes, results are important, but it's how has he responded since that oblique injury that he suffered in spring training. He's slowly, has progressed his way up. And everyone's always like, push him more. Why are they nurturing these guys? Look, these guys are very important to, not just their futures, but the future of the Philadelphia Phillies franchise. You don't want to push them. You don't want to say, oh, I wanted to give him an extra inning at AA and cost his long-term future. No, you have to be careful with these guys. That's okay, and that's what they should do. It's the right thing to do, and that's what they have done. So I think for McGarry tonight, it's how does he build off of that? Had a really rough outing 2 weeks ago against New Hampshire. So the question going into last week was, how would he respond? It was excellent. Now can he build off of that? Because outside of that New Hampshire outing, every other time he's pitched this year, 0 or 1 earned runs given up. So McGarry's got the stuff. I'm excited to see what he can do tonight. Yeah, they gave him a little bit of extra rest after that rough outing, and he pitched on 10 days rest the last time, and so he was primed and firing on all cylinders for sure. So he's now back into his regular rest day and pitching on a 6th day, which is pretty much the way things are going right now in the game of baseball. So we'll see how Griff McGarry goes. If you're going up against Chris McMahon, who is a local product, he's originally from Westchester, so he'll no doubt have friends and family in the area, and he's pitched here before earlier in the season. So that will be the pitching matchup. And the other guy that is worth mentioning, we've now seen him play 3 games, just called up from Jersey Shore, and that's the guy who's going to play shortstop for this team for the rest of the year without a doubt, and that's Casey Martin. And what we've seen from him through 3 nights, he's contributed some with the bat, no doubt about it. He had an RBI last night and a sacrifice fly. But with the glove and with the arm, he's got all the tools. He's found ways to contribute last night. I mean, all 3 nights so far. He had 2 hits his first game, had a home run 2 nights ago, had the sacrifice fly last night. Wasn't swinging the bat particularly well last night, but he still found a way to contribute. And that's what you want to see is, you might not go 2, 3 for 4 a night. You might go 0 for 3, 1 for 4. But when you're not getting base hits, can you still be productive? Can you still get outs? Can you still move runners? That's what Casey Martin did. But no, in the field, it has been so much fun watching him. And the fact that we're going to have to watch him now for, the indefinite future, for as long as he's here in Reading, that's really exciting because his range is excellent. His ability to throw on the run is excellent. He's got a great glove. And, man, that arm, I would love to know how fast the ball comes out of his arm sometimes. I'd love to ask Nick Podkuhl. Is it ever a little like, oh, wow, that one got on me pretty quickly when Casey Martin's throwing the ball across the diamond? Because, man, that kid, he's got a cannon. He can play defensively. And if the bat can continue to be consistent like it's been early this year in Jersey Shore, he can certainly put it together and make his way up to the top here eventually. Yeah, he was one of the top prospects in the Phillies organization in 2022-21, but because of the rough season last year with the bat, he fell out of the top 30, but he's a 3rd-round draft pick. Phillies are still very high on him to see what ultimately he can do. The only question has been whether or not he's going to hit, because they felt as if glove-wise, arm-wise, and obviously speed-wise, he had the tools, and we're seeing that. He did hit in Jersey Shore. He hit 280 at Jersey Shore. The way he can play defense, if Casey Martin can hit 280, he's got a very promising future moving forward because, as you said, the range. You first notice the range, and then you notice the arm, because he made a number of plays in this series so far. He's only had 1 or 2 routine ground balls to shortstop,
but he's shown range to his left, he's shown range to his right, and those and charging the ball as well. And those are the kind of plays with a shortstop, and especially a young shortstop, where you're going to make the errant throw. It's one thing to a routine ground ball to you, you're going to make the throw, but when you're throwing off balance, that's when you can throw wild. But every off-balance throw he's made has been chest high.
Chest high, right, as I was demonstrating right there. But now, I mean, kind of last thing I'll say is now, I mean, it's been fun watching him. I'm kind of excited to see what he can do at AA level, because it is a new challenge. Like, I think single A to AA is definitely the biggest jump that you make in your professional career, and obviously when you're first drafted, getting the pro ball is tough. But no, I mean, this is a challenge, and it's one. Look, he's 24 years old. He played in college. We talk about this. We use McGarry as an example a lot when we say guys that played in college are, yes, further along on the developmental curve. Physically, especially because they're older. So he's 24 years old. He's older than a 21-year-old who may have been drafted out of high school who's making his AA debut. So he's seen a lot more. He's been around, and excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, and plus he's also got some good hitters around him in the lineup, and I think that'll help him continue to mature as a hitter. Just one of the outstanding players that we're getting a chance to see here in Baseball Town. We're going to take a timeout. If you listen to us on our Reading Fightin' Phils radio network, when we come back, we'll have lineups and opening pitch. The Fightin' Phils and the Hartford Yard Goats, Game 4 of the series, coming your way next. International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksorus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phils.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Phils Fiesta Friday partner.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium. The Reading Fightin' Phils playing host to the Hartford Yard Goats. Goats are at 25-34, Reading at 23-36 after the Fightins have taken game 2 of the first 3 of this 6-game series. Alongside my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. It is time for our Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Yard Goats. Nico Decolati is in leadoff spot tonight. He's in right field. Hunter Goodman is in left field and batting second. Grant Levine, the first baseman, bats third. Braxton Fulford, the designated hitter, will bat cleanup. Vladimir Restituyo is in center field and batting fifth tonight. Julio Carreras in the lineup for the first time coming off the disabled list. Bats sixth and plays shortstop. Drew Romo back behind the plate. He bats seventh. Brett Boswell will bat eighth and play third base. And Jack Blumgren bats ninth and playing second base. And they will be doing so against right-handed pitcher for the Fightins, Griff McGarry.
McGarry making his 6th start of the season for the Fightin' Phils. Has no decisions yet. 3.57 ERA, 22 strikeouts, 8 walks, 11 hits allowed, and 17 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents hitting 172 against him with a whip of 108. Last time out was the top half, first game of the doubleheader against Binghamton last Saturday. Best start of the season by far, 5 innings, no runs, no hits. 2 walks, 8 strikeouts through a season-high 79 pitches, 47 for strikes. So, 1, you have to hope that McGarry can piggyback off that strong start. And 2, gotta think he's pretty much back to being as stretched out as he was before, 79 last week. Now, probably 6 innings is the most he'll go, 90 pitches in that range. So, yeah, we'll see what they push McGarry to, but as long as he's in, we'll see how he fares.
The defense behind Griff McGarry. Ethan Wilson is in left field. Johan Rojas, as usual, is in center. Carlos de la Cruz is back in right field tonight with Nick Podkill playing first. Oliver Doan back in the starting lineup tonight. He's at second base. Casey Martin is at shortstop, and Madison Stokes tonight shifts to the third base spot with Cody Roberts behind the plate for Griff McGarry. Our EPAW game time weather forecast, a beautiful night again in baseball town. There are some thunderstorms on the radar, and so hopefully they'll find a different path, but 69 degrees is our game time temperature. Winds blowing at about 6 to 7 miles an hour. Right now the American flag atop the scoreboard in left center field looks to be blowing in from left field. Our EPAW weather consulting source for public and private forecasts in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and northern and eastern Maryland. First pitch from McGarry is a fastball at 96 miles an hour and over for a called strike to Decolati. Second one misses outside. It's 1-1. Decolati played in Wednesday's game and batted in the leadoff spot, went 0 for 3. Hitting at 239 on the season. McGarry with his 1-1 pitch. Misses again outside. 3 straight fastballs. It's 2 balls and a strike. Gary, outstanding fastball. He'll consistently hit 95 to 100 on the radar gun. A very good curveball and slider as well. And Decolati fouls this one out of play, and he's now at 2 balls and 2 strike count. Hartford Yard Goats, of course, the AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. Decolati is a Colorado native. Takes this one in the dirt, ball 3. Played his college baseball at Loyola Marymount and then drafted by the Rockies in the 6th round in 2018. Gary in a 3-2 pitch. It's on the outside corner, strike 3 and 1 down here in the first.
Tough battle between Decolati and Griff McGarry, and McGarry able to get the win as when he needed to make a quality pitch at a quality spot, he certainly did that. Put a 94-mile-an-hour fastball on the black of the plate as best as he can and gets the called strike 3.
As Jake said, his last outing against Binghamton, no-hitter for 5 innings, struck out 8, walked 2 in that outing. As Hunter Goodman steps to the plate and bounces the first one down the third base line that Madison Stokes will field in foul territory. Goodman 2 for 11 in the series. Phils have done a pretty good job so far of containing the top home run and RBI man in the Eastern League. He did it with a solo home run last night in the top half of the first inning. His 18th home run of the year, 56th RBI of the year. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball and just misses. So now 1 ball and 1 strike to Hunter Goodman. Batting average of 236 on the season, but that's not the number that the Rockies organization is interested in. It's the power numbers of Hunter Goodman that has him on the radar as he fouls this one straight back. Goodman, 23 years of age, number 15th prospect in the Rockies organization prior to the season. One and 2 from McGarry. Misses outside, tries to get him to chase the slider. He does not. And he holds off again, and it's now 3 and 2 to Goodman, just like it was to Decolati. Last year, over 3 different levels, Hunter Goodman hit 36 home runs on the year. Hit 22 at Class A Fresno. They moved him up to Spokane in 49 games at High A Spokane. He hit 12 more. And then played the last 12 games of the year last year at Hartford and hit 2 more for the Yard Goats. 3 balls and 2 strikes to him. And this one misses outside. A very patient at bat for Hunter Goodman, and he becomes the first base runner.
Yeah, it's a complete 180 shift in offensive ideology for this Hartford squad. First 3 games, they came out aggressive, swinging early in counts, and tonight they're sitting back, taking pitches, working back-to-back 3-ball counts, and a walk there for Goodman.
Former big leaguer Chris D'Onofrio is their manager. He's down the third base line. Luis Lopez is down the first base line as Grant Levine steps in. Levine's struggled so far in this series, just 1 hit and 13 at-bats. Struck out 3 times in last night's game as he stands in. First pitch from McGarry is low and inside for a ball. Infield defense plays the left-hand hitting Levine to pull. The outfield plays him the other way as that one's up and in. It spins him off the plate. Now Cody Roberts going to have a conversation with McGarry.
Yeah, it could be either calm him down. Maybe Roberts picked up something McGarry was doing mechanically, giving him a chance to reset. We've talked about it with McGarry. He's always talked about those mental resets, knowing when to step off the mound, tuck in his chain, mess with his shirt or kick some dirt off his cleats just to give his mind a chance to reset when he feels like he might be going a little astray.
So Hunter Goodman, after the walk, is at first base, and he's now 2-0 to the 3-hole hitter Grant Levine. And that one bounces up there. Now it's 3-0 to Levine.
Seen Hartford swinging a handful of 3-0s the last couple of nights. So we'll see if maybe McGarry can make a quality pitch here, and we'll see if Levine's red light or not.
Levine 241 on the season, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. 3-0 pitch, way up high, ball 4. So not just missing, but missing badly is Griff McGarry. As Braxton Fulford now will bat.
And you're still at a point where it can take one pitch to completely change the dynamics of this inning. One ground ball, you can flip a double play, get out of it immediately. A quick confidence boost for a guy like McGarry if you can get out of this inning.
So that will bring up Braxton Fulford. Fulford 2 for 5 in this series. Playing as the designated hitter tonight. He, along with Drew Romo, 2 very promising catchers in the Rockies organization. First pitch, checks, and it's in the dirt. Going a little bit more with the breaking pitches now in the last couple is McGarry, but still not able to find the range. As he's missed now on 6 straight. That one's there for a called strike.
Good pitch from McGarry. Hopefully it's one of those things where you can just feel you have to make some sort of mechanical adjustment. And if you can feel it, then you can repeat it.
So 1-1 now to Braxton Fulford. Again in the dirt. So it's 2-1. Fulford just called up from Spokane on May 30th. It's kind of an interesting dilemma that this Hartford team has with both Fulford and Romo there to get both of them playing time as catchers. Hunter Goodman, who's now at second base, technically also a catcher in the organization, but they've now moved him to other positions. He'll be playing in left field tonight. He played at first base last night. 3-1 now to Fulford. Griff McGarry struggles to find control early on. Swing and a miss there at the fastball up in the letters, and now the count is full.
Yeah, climb the ladder McGarry did with the letters. Now that's 4 straight 3-ball counts to start this first inning. See if he can make a quality pitch here, maybe even get a ground ball.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Misses outside, ball 4. They get 3 straight walks now, and now the bases are loaded for the Yard Goats. Still only 1 out, and as you might expect, conversation now coming with the pitching coach Brad Burgesson, going to make a trip to the mound.
Yeah, because something's a little off right now mechanically with McGarry, excuse me, and I hope as you can get out there, give him a chance to mentally reset too, and You know, if there is something, maybe he's got to feel it out. And if you can feel yourself making quality pitches, you can repeat those delivery and get the ball over the plate.
Yeah, no doubt the conversation probably starts with how do you feel, and then second of all, trying to figure out where he is mentally. Because what happens is you start to press, and that plate becomes smaller and smaller the more you press. So Griff McGarry has walked the bases loaded after striking out the leadoff hitter Nico Decolati. That'll bring Vladimir Restituyo to the plate. Restituyo with 2 hits in the series. And first pitch bounces up there. Restituyo with 6 home runs, 27 RBIs to go along with a 271 batting average. McGarry got a new baseball and tossed it aside back to the dugout. Pitch again misses way outside the fastball, and it's 2-0. Griff McGarry right now just trying to find himself on the mound. Swing and a miss as Restituyo on corks a big swing and can't catch up to the 96-mile-an-hour fastball, so now it's 2 balls and a strike.
That'll definitely help. See if McGarry can use hopefully getting back in the count as a little bit of a catalyst here to dig back in.
Restituyo fouls another one straight back. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good crowd on hand on a Friday night. Fiesta Friday here at the ballpark. The Phils playing as the Los Luchadores de Redding in their Friday night uniforms. Black tops with the gold sleeves, the white pants, black hats. 2-2 pitch. Fouled again, straight back by Restituyo. Restituyo, as I said, just 2 for 14 in the series, but he certainly has made his mark in the win by the Yard Goats in Wednesday's 10-inning game. He had a home run and a single and scored a couple of runs. And he has battled pitchers, even though he has not necessarily come up productive with hits. He has fouled off a lot of pitches and stayed alive at the plate. 2-2, 2-in right now. Swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt, and there's strikeout and out number 2 here in the first.
Nice battle by McGarry. Seems like you kind of could see the little pep in his step that he had after that last pitch was thrown. It feels like, okay, that felt good. Felt like I got feeling good on something. So they got a guy in Carrera sub. Hasn't played in a couple of weeks. Came off the IL today. So let's see if McGarry can get this third out and keep it a scoreless frame.
Julio Carreras, 23 years of age, another of the top 30 prospects in the Rockies organization who are on this Hartford team. And the first pitch from McGarry is over for a called strike. Carreras at 243 on the season, 4 doubles, 2 home runs. Bases loaded, 2 outs as McGarry tries to work out of a jam. Again, misses outside with the fastball, 1-1. Have to think maybe it's a release point because he seems to be, I don't want to say it's overthrowing, but just maybe holding on the ball a little bit too long because when he's missing to right-handed hitters way outside of the strike zone. So 1-1 now to Carreras. And again, pitch way outside and low, and good block by Cody Roberts. Make sure the runners stay put. It's now 2-1.
Up to 31 pitches McGarry is. Adam Leverett will start to throw in the Fightin's bullpen.
Here's his 2-1 pitch. Fisted in the right field. It's through for a base hit. Goodman will come home. Carlos De La Cruz comes up throwing, and they'll hold up Grant Levine. So everybody moves up 1. It's an RBI single for Carreras. It's 1-0. Yard Goats jump out early.
Well, Carreras wastes little time getting himself back in the groove of things. Off the injured list. Shoots one the other way between Dunn and Podcool. And scores a run, but look, still a chance to get out of this with minimal damage if McGarry can get the 7-man Romo.
Romo hitting at just .219 on the season, 1 for 7 in this series. 21 years of age, number 4 prospect in the Rockies organization. After that, high school, swing and a miss at the fastball. Romo also a switch hitter. All the tools defensively. Question is how he would hit and how fast he progresses through the organization will be dependent upon that batting average at .219 right now. Gary, the 0-1 breaking ball, and Romo way out in front. Now McGarry in an 0-2 spot, trying to work his way out of a mess. Walked, the bases loaded, and then a single for Julio Carreras scores a run. And now Romo calls time. Gary from the stretch with his 0-2 pitch. Lifted into right field. Carlos De La Cruz will drift over towards the foul line and make the catch in fair territory, and that will bring the top half of the first inning to a conclusion. 1 run in the inning for the Yard Goats. They did it on just 1 hit. They leave the bases loaded. The Fightins will bat for the first time when we get back to FirstEnergy Stadium. It's 1-0 Hartford.
Gear up for Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback black R-Train R-Phil's attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, we're great members.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Fightin' Phils. Madison Stokes back in the leadoff spot. Carlos De La Cruz again bats second. Johan Rojas as third. Nick Podko is the cleanup hitter again tonight. Oliver Dunn back in the lineup will bat fifth. Casey Martin, the young call-up for the shortstop, bats sixth again tonight. Ethan Wilson bats seventh. Cody Roberts in the lineup batting eighth. And Herbert Iser is the designated hitter tonight, and he will bat ninth. As the Fightins down 1-0, coming to plate here in the bottom half of the first inning. Facing right-handed pitcher Chris McMahon for the Yard Goats. McMahon making his 12th start, and doing so probably in front of some friends and family. He's a Westchester native.
Local kid Chris McMahon also, there's a few defensive changes for Hartford in the inning, so working on gathering those, so we'll get those. You must have been an injury or something late in the inning there, but
Chris Navarro is at third, I can see that. So that's one change. So Brett Boswell was listed as the third baseman, so whether that was a lineup change.
Boswell's at second now, so something must have happened to Blomgren.
Blomgren was at second originally. So Madison Stokes facing Chris McMahon, and the first pitch to Stokes is over for a called strike. Stokes 3 for 8 in the series, those 3 hits coming in last night's game. He's on base 4 times in total, and takes the second pitch over for a called strike. So it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Madison Stokes. And make it 3 in a row as McMahon throws 3 straight pitches. Madison Stokes takes all 3 of them for strikes. 1 down here in the first.
Yeah, Chris McMahon making his 12th start of the year, 1-2, a 5.89 ERA, 6 innings, 4 runs, 5 hits at Somerset last Saturday, 7 strikeouts. 4 start against Reading. He's 0-1 with 13 runs allowed and 11 1/3 innings pitched.
So that will bring up Carlos De La Cruz. De La Cruz at .290 on the season, 12 doubles. Got his first triple of the season last night, an RBI triple at that. 12 home runs and 32 RBIs on the year. 4 for 14 in this series. Looks like everything else defensively for the Yard Goats is as we knew it, with Barreras at short. We'll go through that defense in a second as De La Cruz swings and misses to make it 1-1. Defense, Hunter Goodman in left, Vladimir Restituyo's in center, Nico Decolati's in right. Grant Levine is at first, so now Brett Boswell is at second, Julio Carrera is at short, and Chris Navarro is at third. Drew Romo behind the plate for the Yard Goats as De La Cruz takes the the third pitch from McMahon in the dirt. So it's 2 balls and a strike to De La Cruz. He rides a 30-game on-base streak as he stands at the plate. Beats this one to the right side. Some hesitation from Levine, needs McMahon's help, and they will get there before Carlos De La Cruz for out number 2.
That's play by McMahon, getting back to the bag at first to make that play.
I will bring Johan Rojas to the plate. Rojas with his batting average up over 300 on the year at 305. 5 for 13 so far in this series. 12 doubles, team high 4 triples, 5 home runs, tied for the team high in RBIs with 33. Johan Rojas has himself littered all over our Phillies leaders and the Eastern League leaders at that. His 73 hits not only lead the Phillies, but is second best in the Eastern League. The first pitch from McMahon is over for a called strike 1. This one in the dirt, and it's 1-1. McMahon, 24 years of age. Played his high school baseball at Westchester Ruston, and went on to play for the Miami Hurricanes in college. Drafted by the Rockies in 2020 in the second round. 1-1 pitch from him is outside, ball 2. He's the number 46 overall selection in that 2020 draft. Two balls and a strike now to Rojas. That's over for a called strike. Saddled with some injury issues when he was at the University of Miami. Freshman year he had knee surgery. Sophomore year he had some arm issues, and of course his junior season was the COVID year, so he didn't really get a chance to play and pitch a whole lot for the Hurricanes. This one beats it up the middle, and Carreras will make the play behind the bag and in time to get Johan Rojas at first base, and so the Phils go 1, 2, 3 in the first. We'll head to the second when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium. It's 1-0 Hartford on top.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
To the top half of the second we go. Brett Boswell, now Christopher Navarro. And the top of the order, Nico Decolati, due up for the Yard Goats here in the first. And of course, the big question will be, how does Griff McGarry respond after the control issues in the first? He walked the bases loaded. And then a base hit by Julio Carreras has the Hartford on top 1-0 as Boswell steps in and swings at the first pitch. Fouls it out of play. Boswell at 189 on the season. 6 home runs, 24 RBIs. Just 2 for 12 so far in this series, but one of them, big hit for the Yard Goats in that extra inning win, a bases clearing triple. And then he came around to score as Hartford opened it up in the 10th inning on Wednesday night to win their one game in this series as McGarry bounces another one up there. Now it's 2 balls and a strike. Misses inside. McGarry thought it was a strike. He didn't get the call. It's 3 balls and a strike. Crew Chief Pete talking to behind the plate. Jae Young Kim is at first. Paul Romer is at third tonight in our umpiring crew. And that's up high, ball 4. Walk number 4 surrendered by McGarry. And Brett Boswell is a leadoff base runner for Christopher Navarro. And Navarro was not in the original starting lineup, but somewhere along the line there was a change made, so he is now in there and batting 9th after going 2 for 4 in last night's game with a couple of hard hits. A single and a double in last night's game. Takes this one way outside again. It's quickly behind 1 ball and no strikes. Make it 2-0. Phil's no doubt hoping that in between innings McGarry would settle down a little bit, reestablish whatever was wrong mechanically or mentally with the control issues, but it has not changed here in the second. Continues to miss outside and or low. And when he's low, he's bouncing it in the dirt. When he's missing it outside, he's missing it a good 8, 10, 12 inches outside. Ball 4.
That's 5 walks for McGarry tonight, which is a season high, also matches a career high for McGarry. Last time he did that was August of last year.
So he threw a strike to Boswell, who swung at it, fouled it away anyhow for the first pitch of the inning, and then he's missed on 8 straight pitches. So that brings Decolati to the plate. Decolati struck out to begin the game, and he did that on a 3-2 pitch. So he's had deep counts on everybody, and the Phil's bullpen will begin to stir. That pitch is up high. Decolati started and stopped. That's one over for a called strike. Catches the outside corner. It's 1-1.
There is action in the bullpen. Adam Leverett up and throwing again.
Gary at 46 pitches. There's a swing and a miss and a good curveball. Now he's ahead of Decolati 1-2. I think that unless McGarry can get out of this inning in the next batter or 2 innings might be his limit.
Yeah, already up towards 47 pitches, so definitely getting up there early on. A lot of stress on his arm.
Here comes his 1-2 pitch from the stretch. Again, misses with the fastball way outside. But actually, there was a slider that misses way outside. Decolati doesn't chase. So now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Make it 3-2. This time it was the fastball that was outside.
Leverett not really throwing, so you wonder if he's still warm from last inning and just staying loose out there in case he's needed.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Way outside again, ball 4. Walk number 6 will again load the bases.
And it's like
it's going to bring Brad Burgesson out. He may be making a pitching change. Again, Al Padrique is not with the Fightins during the week. He'll be back on Tuesday. So we don't know if Brad Burgesson brings the hook. At this point in time, he hasn't signaled to the bullpen.
all the games this week, none of the pitchers were pulled during the inning,
right.
So we don't know who would do a mid-inning pitching change.
Can't imagine this is for the purposes of stalling. Again, Leverett's been up and down since last inning, so he should be loose by now. So it's not really a stalling tactic on the part of Brad Burgesson. This is just to try to get to his young pitcher and try to see if he can settle himself down. He's playing with fire now because the guy at the plate is Hunter Goodman, who leads the league in home runs and RBIs. So 3 walks in the first, 3 more here in the second for Griff McGarry. To this point, it's still a 1-0 game. Nobody out in the inning. First pitch there for a called strike.
And it's a good spot, too.
Yeah, it was.
Right at the bottom part of the zone at the knees.
Goodman started the walk parade by walking his first time up in the first inning. Came around to score the only run of the game to this point. Checks his swing there, and they'll appeal and say he went around. So it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes.
I don't think Pete Talkington made that call in his
yeah,
own.
I was going to say, I think they may have asked for an appeal. He said, I don't need one. He went around, and I would agree. He did go around. That bat was way out in front of home plate by the time it stopped. So now he's ahead of Goodman, no balls and 2 strikes. Again, misses with a pitch way outside. Just becomes a very easy take for the hitter, because it's not a competitive pitch that make you even think about wanting to swing at it. It's very easy to lay off of it.
Still up in the counts, McGarry. See if he can make a quality 2-strike pitch here. At least get 1 out here and open things up to a double play.
Again in the dirt, and Goodman lays off. It's 2-2. I have to think that this is Griff McGarry's last batter if he can't get Goodman out. Tyler Henson, the acting manager of the Phillies, with his foot on the top step of the dugout, taking a peek down at Adam Leverett in the bullpen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and he gets Goodman on the strikeout. There's out number 1. 3rd strikeout now for Griff McGarry. I'll bring up Grant Levine.
Yeah, snuck a fastball up and into Goodman, and now, still far from over. Still a lot of damage that could be elicted here by Hartford, but if you can find a way to get a ground ball here, man, that would be huge.
Bases loaded, now 1 down, and Levine will hit this one into center field. Rojas broke in and now will break back. Runner at third will tag, and Rojas will throw to third, the right play, and allow the run to score. It makes it 2-0. Brett Boswell comes across. Levine on a sacrifice fly and the RBI. His 20th of the season makes it a 2-0 Hartford advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, good piece hitting by Levine, and no, it's a smart play by Johan Rojas. Was, I think, deeper than initially looked like off the bat. If it was about 15, 20 feet shallower, that throw probably comes home. Rojas also did a good job. He kind of framed his body like he was throwing home,
right.
But then you saw the ball shoot out towards the third base bag. So, if you're Navarro, maybe you would have thought about it initially, but throw goes to third, you keep it first and second. Look, if you can get this last out and get through 2 innings here, and just a 2-0 ball game, I think you'll take that.
Absolutely. This Fulford will bat. Fulford was another guy who walked in that first inning. First pitch to him, just a bit high, and it's ball one. So 2 on, first and second now, and 2 outs. Run across for Hartford. 1 ball and no strikes to Braxton Fulford. That's there for a called strike 2. Excuse me, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 95 on the radar gun. Again low. It's 2-1. Seems as if McGarry's taking a little bit off the fastball as he just tries to find the location. Even the fastballs that he's throwing are in the 94, 95 range, and there's a whole lot more in that arm than that. 2-1. This one inside at 95, and now it's 3-1.
Yeah, just missed inside. It was about a half an inch away from being a really good spot.
It's foul, hard and fouled on the third baseline. So now the count is full. Runnels will be off on the pitch on 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top half of the second inning. Lifts this one into center field. Rojas going back, still back, and just before the track will come to a stop and make the catch. And no further damage here in the second. A run, no hits, and none left. The Phils will bat in the second. It's now Hartford 2, Reading nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we...
The Crazy Hot Dog Vendor entertaining yet another great crowd here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Now the Fightins will try to do some entertaining as they come to the plate here in the bottom half of the second inning. Presented to you by Cornwall Manor, they offer countless opportunities for staying active, engaged, and fulfilled, and includes a variety of services, amenities, and volunteer opportunities. That's Cornwall Manor, located in Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Nick Podko leads it off for the Fightins here in the second, down 2-0. Podko 4 for 12 in a series. Batting average is at .293 as he stands in. Fouls off the first pitch and swings the second pitch into right field. Nico Decolati will stand under and make the out for the first here in the second. Oliver Dunn, who got a night off last night, will step to the plate. Oliver struggling a bit of late, 0 for 6 so far in this series. Batting average now at .250 as he stands in. Still among the team leaders in several categories, including doubles and RBIs. 12 doubles, 30 RBIs. As this pitch is low and inside from Chris McMahon. And he misses a second inside. That's the one thing that even though Dunn has struggled at the plate in the hitting column, he has still found ways to contribute by the base on balls, among the leaders in on-base percentage, thanks to the amount of walks that he has accumulated over the last couple of weeks as he fouls this one out of play. 2 balls and a strike now to Oliver Dunn.
Dunn, who had the night off last night. We have a dry spell over 6 across the series. Does have a couple of walks, but very much due for a hit.
Drives this one to right center field, and off the Rutgers event center, over the railing, and there it is. Oliver Dunn with the solo home run. Wasn't sure at first whether or not it cleared the railing, but it did. Oliver Dunn with home run number 6, and the Phils cut the deficit in half.
First of all, how about that? Manifesting in a matter of seconds.
Speak it into existence.
Dude, that ball was smoked. 108 off the bat. Off the bat, I thought that was a low line drive into the gap, and kind of like a good golf swing. It just kept climbing, which tells you he swung down on it and gave it great backspin to continue to get it to climb up.
Yeah, it was either off the wall or over it. The question was whether or not it cleared the railing, and it did, as Casey Martin will bat. He'll swing at the first pitch and foul it away. Martin 3 for 11 so far since being called up from Jersey Shore. Joined the Phils at the beginning of this series, playing in his 4th game here in Reading. Made all the plays at shortstop. Contributed some with the bat as well. Had a couple infield singles his first night, a couple RBIs, and a solo home run. Game 2 had a sacrifice fly and an RBI last night, so he's already driven in 4. And he's quickly behind no balls and 2 strikes here to McMahon. And make it 3 strikes as he flails away at a curveball. And Casey Martin is out number 2 here in the 2nd. Also a strikeout number 2 for McMahon as Ethan Wilson now will step in. 3 lefties in the lineup tonight for Tyler Henson, who is the acting manager for the Phils and coaching at 3rd. Ray Rickard coaching at 1st. Oliver Dunn hit the home run. Ethan Wilson who bats, and Herbert Iser who is the designated hitter. As Wilson pops this one up into foul territory, Navarro will make the catch right by the yard goat dugout, and Wilson is quickly retired, and that'll do it for the Phils in a second. But they do make some damage on the solo home run by Oliver Dunn, and so after 2 here at America's Classic Ballpark, it's now Hartford 2, Reading 1.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this. Ooh. So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
As expected, the Alvernia University Golden Wolves called the bullpen will bring Adam Levert in. Griff McGarry's night is complete after just 2 innings. Only surrendered 1 hit, gave up the 2 runs because of the walks, 3 strikeouts, 6 walks. So Adam Leverett now will take over for the Fightins as Hartford bats here in the third. Vladimir Restituyo will lead off, and the first pitch from Leverett is over for a called strike. Restituyo will be followed by Julio Carreras and then Drew Romo in the Yard Goats order. 0-1 pitch. Restituyo drops the bat to bunt, but bunts it foul. So now he's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Leverett making his 18th appearance for the Phils. He did make 2 starts for Reading. The rest obviously coming out of the bullpen. He is 0-1 on the season with a 4.50 earned run average in 26 innings, 18 strikeouts, 9 walks, and to make it 19 strikeouts as Restituyo goes down on 3 straight pitches. And that will be out number 1 here in the third as Julio Carreras, who had the RBI single, the only hit given up by McGarry in that first inning, will bat. Carreras tried to get time before the first pitch, but did so too late. Pete Talking didn't give him the time, but Leverett misses with the pitch outside. It's 1-0. Leverett pitching from the stretch. Even though the bases are empty, now it comes up high with the fastball, and it's 2-0. Carreras missed 7 days, on the disabled list. A hamstring issue. Back out there and playing shortstop for the Yard Goats tonight. Now a strike from Leverett on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So it's 2-1 to Carreras. This one fisted towards short. Casey Martin will charge. And on the money with the throw for out number 2 in the inning. If you got a chance to hear some of our pregame show tonight, we were talking about Casey Martin at shortstop and how he has made all the plays and specifically all the throws. The off-balance throws have not led anything astray. He has hit the first baseman on target on each and every one of his throws so far as Drew Romo bats, and the first pitch way out in front of the breaking ball, and it's quickly no balls and a strike to Romo. Casey Martin has flashed the tools with the glove and the arm for sure. And Romo tries to hold up, and he did not, so it's no balls and 2 strikes to Romo. High fastball that Romo tried to stop but could not. 0-2 pitch. Drives it into right field. Carlos De La Cruz has a long run, and it's foul, just foul. De La Cruz couldn't quite get there, and it landed just in foul territory. So Romo will have to come back to the plate. He was well around first and at least in for 2. De La Cruz, despite Romo batting from the left side, he is a switch hitter. De La Cruz playing him pretty much strictly behind the second baseman, Oliver Dunn. So there's a lot of room down that line, and De La Cruz couldn't quite get there. Now, Romo will take a breather, trying to get his composure back after sprinting out of the box, thinking he had extra bases. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes to him. Tries to check his swing again, and this time he does as the ball was in the dirt. So it's now 1-2 to Romo. Romo was born in California, Fountain Valley, California, but grew up in Texas. Played high school baseball at the Woodlands High School, and that's where the Rockies drafted him from. This one driven into right center field. Johan Rojas will drift over and make the catch for the third and final out, as the Goats go 1-2-3 here in the third. When we return to FirstEnergy Stadium, the Fightins back to the plate. They trail 2-1.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. with a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing. Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care, how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
Fightin's to the plate here in the bottom of the third. Presented to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Swartz Culleton represents injury victims in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. If you've been injured, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Cody Roberts, Herbert Iser in the top of the order. Madison Stokes due up for the Fightins here in the third. Facing Westchester native Chris McMahon on the mound for the Yard Goats. 2-1, Hartford on top. Roberts hitting at .202 as he steps in. 3 for 7 so far in this series, with a couple of hits last night. This one right back through the middle and into center field, off the glove of a leaping Brett Boswell. Cody Roberts has himself another base hit.
I'd say definitely a base hit, not a routine play for Boswell, and it was hit hard. So leadoff man on, Roberts swinging a good bat as of late in the series so far. Cody Roberts got an extended playing time, and now he's 4 for 8 across 3 games. And Herbert Iser now gets a plate appearance here for the first time this week.
And he is 5 for his last 11, but has not played as of yet in this series. The left-handed hitter. Bats with Roberts at first, and the first pitch to Iser is on the outside corner for a called strike. Herbert with a home run and 4 RBIs. Grant Levine, the first baseman, holding Roberts on. The 0-1 pitch. Same exact spot from McMahon, and Iser takes it for strike 2. And dotting the outside corner. Now Iser has to protect. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, and that quickly, on 3 strikes, Herbert Iser is retired. Strikeout number 3 for McMahon, 1 down here in the third. They'll bring up the top of the order in Madison Stokes, who looked at three pitches from McMahon for a strikeout in the first.
1, 2, 3 went down very quickly in the first for the Fightin' Phils. So you hope, better approaches from the top third of the lineup for the Fightin'. Second time through against McMahon.
Stokes swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. It's very uncharacteristic of Madison Stokes, too. He's a very aggressive hitter and often swings at the first pitch, even if he is leading off the game or not. As he swings at the first pitch here, just very unusual for him to stand and look at 3 straight strikes from McMahon, but that's how the first at bat went. See if the second is different. Roberts takes his lead off of first, a curveball that Stokes has to duck out of the way of, and it's 1-1.
And look, that first at bat, sometimes you just got to give credit where credit is due. McMahon made 3 quality pitches, and Stokes is usually an aggressive hitter. You got to make a really good pitch to keep Stokes' bat on his shoulder.
This one's way inside. It's 2-0.
Yeah, McMahon.
2-1, excuse me.
McMahon not getting on top of those last 2 breaking pitches, missing both of them up and into Madison Stokes.
A rare entity here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The American flag now is still, so no breeze blowing in any direction, as McMahon will make the pickoff attempt for Roberts, who didn't have a very big lead, dives back in quite easily. Carlos De La Cruz in the on-deck circle for the Fightins. Down by a run here in the bottom of the third. Man on first and 1 down. Stokes rips this one foul. Now the count is 2-2. Hit hard down the third baseline. Left field grandstand is full. The right field grandstand is full. The pool deck is very full. So too is the Seidel Auto Group deck. So all portions, and the 67 Club as well, all portions are full tonight. As the pitch is outside to Stokes, and the count is now full to Madison Stokes. fouls it off, fouls it into the dugout. Lots of ducking and dodging going on in that dugout.
Brad Bergeson threw a hand out, the pitching coach for the Phils, to try and get it in. It's way too hot off the bat from Stokes, and it shot right by him. Looked like off the back wall, but here's everyone down in the Phils dugout on the first base side is okay.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Madison Stokes. And he just misses ball 4. First walk surrendered by McMahon, and the Phils have 2 on here in the third.
When you say just misses, just missed off the edge of the plate, bottom edge of the plate that is. So you got 2 on, 1 out for, arguably 2 of your best hitters, Carlos De La Cruz, Johan Rojas.
So talking about the crowd, we expect a good crowd tomorrow night again with tribute to Penn State football players. And we did get a note that the players may be arriving a little bit late. They're scheduled to sign between 5 and 6 tomorrow, but they may not be getting here until 5 or maybe a little bit after, because apparently they have to lift weights in the morning. Here's De La Cruz with a rocket. It's fielded by Carreras. He wasn't sure where to go. He goes to second instead, and it's safe all around. The ball literally knocked Chris Navarro backwards. It was so hard off the bat. He thought about the race to the bag and decided to go to second. He was too late.
Yeah, it's going to be a base hit, too. I mean, it has to be. As hard as De La Cruz hit it, it's a tough play no matter what. Navarro fields it on his backside. Couldn't go to third. The runner was too close to there. Then went to second, and Stokes was too fast and beat the throw by a good margin.
So now the Fightins have the bases loaded and 1 out. Johan Rojas to the plate. Roberts, the runner at third, Stokes at second, and now De La Cruz at first. And it is a base hit for De La Cruz, so that extends that on-base streak now to 31 straight games. And they fisted into left field for a base hit. Roberts will score. Stokes is being waved around to throw to the plate, and he is out. Hunter Goodman with the one-hop throw to Drew Romo, and Madison Stokes is gunned down at the plate. That'll be out number 2, but the game is now tied at 2.
Hunter Goodman, the outfield assist, his 4th this season, but Johan Rojas, though, ties the game up. And, yeah, I mean, Goodman had that one timed up perfectly and just drew a beautiful one-hop strike to home plate. I think in sending him there, you're kind of banking on maybe a bit of an off throw, or maybe it goes to the cutoff man. But Navarro, I mean, it was at his head, but lets it go, and it's a beautiful throw to the catcher. Credit to Hunter Goodman and left.
So that'll bring Nick Podkill to the plate. Podkill popped up in the infield his first time up, and the first pitch to him is a called strike. So De La Cruz, the runner at second. Rojas, the runner now at first base. And no balls and a strike to Nick Podkill. That pitch is low for a ball. Our Phil's team leader, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias. We've mentioned how Johan Rojas has himself littered all over the Phil's leaders and the Eastern League leaders. 74th hit of the season now for Johan Rojas, which has him second best in the Eastern League. And that RBI now has him at the top of the RBI column at 34. This pitch is again outside to Podkill, and it's 2-1. It's Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, our Phil's team leader. You can contact her at 484-554-9969. Also email her at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. 2 balls and a strike to Nick Podkill with the game tied at 2 and 2 men on and 2 outs. Podkill swings and misses way out in front of the off-speed pitch, and it's 2-2. Lines this one into right field. Going back is Delicati, and he'll make the catch right at the warning track. Podkill hit it hard, but Decolati runs it down in right field, and that'll do it for the Phils here in the third. But they get a run. They do it on 3 hits. They leave 2, and after 3, it's now Hartford 2, Reading 2.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in Baseball Town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
We head to the top of the fourth, brand new ball game as the Fightins and the Yard Goats are tied at 2 apiece, and we'll turn things over for play-by-play to my colleague in the booth, Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob. Top half of the fourth, 2-2 ball game. Adam Leverett back out. First pitch fired home to Brett Boswell. Is fouled back, and the count's 0-1. Boswell is a walk and scored a run so far tonight. A 189 hitter across the season so far. Ready on lefty matchup. Leverett deals. That one's down and in for a ball. 1-1 as Boswell held up his swing. Infield plays Boswell to pull to the right side. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball. That's down low at 1-2. (8-9-1) due up for the Yard Goats in the inning. Tie ball game after Reading tacked one on in the bottom half of the third. Leverett kicks and deals. That's down low for a ball. 2-2. Leverett, who entered in the third after Griff McGarry went just 2. McGarry struggled with control tonight. 6 walks. Here's the pitch from Leverett. Skied in the air towards left center. Rojas races back. He's still going back. Into a jog, has a beat on it, and will make the catch for out number 1. And Boswell is retired, and that'll bring Christopher Navarro to the plate.
Ball's in the outfielder, Johan Rojas is the claim, and he's very, very casual about how he gets there, but he always manages to get there.
Navarro walked his first time up. The righty bats with a slightly open stance from the right side against Leverett, who deals. That's a fly ball. Hit in the air towards the right field line, slicing towards foul territory. Podkul, the first baseman, makes the call on the catch. About 20 feet shy of the Phillies bullpen. 2 quick outs in the inning, and Adam Leverett's retired all 5 batters he's faced, and we'll flip the card back to the top of Decolati for the first time.
If you've been listening to games this series, we've been talking about Podkul and how good he is at first base, and that's the toughest play for a first baseman to make, and that's the foul pop-up straight behind him. A lot of second basemen usually end up being the guy that makes that catch just because of the angle. It's easier for them to get there, but Podkul got there pretty easily.
First pitch to Decolati, misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Decolati, the right fielder, is 0 for 1 tonight. Strikeout in the first, walk in the second. Pitch to him is swung on, fouled back. Hits off the facing of the press box behind home plate, and the count's 1-1. Hunter Goodman awaits on deck. 0 for 1 tonight, Goodman is, but of course he's been an Phil's killer so far this year. 1-1 is down and away for a ball. Count is 2-1. Two-one home. Down low for a ball. 3-1. Decolati, the 25-year-old from Boulder, Colorado, so not too far outside of Denver. 3-1. That's upstairs, ball 4. So the first base runner allowed by Adam Leverett comes via walk, and that will bring Hunter Goodman to the plate. Goodman walked and scored in the first, struck out in the second. Well, bat from the right side, plays left field tonight as Nico Decolati leads off at first. It's a tie ball game at 2 in this top half of the 4th inning. Leverett works in the stretch, toes the first base side of the rubber. Checks on the runner at first. Here's the pitch. That's at the knees for a called strike 0-1.
It's obviously the second inning of work for Leverett. He's a key cog right now. If they can get 3 out of him, maybe even push him to 4. He's started a couple games for Phil, so he may be able to go 4 depending how he pitches, he throws.
Throw over towards first, and diving back in safely is Decolati. Nico Decolati on the season is 4 for 5 in the stolen base category. This looks like a brief drizzle is starting to fall here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The 0-1, swinging a miss 0-2. They are calling for rain tonight. Obviously, the hope is it's not too severe and just playable rain on this Friday night here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 0-2, 2 outs to count to Hunter Goodman. Runner goes, the pitch, it's fouled back, and the count will stay 0-2. Brent Levine awaits on deck. Hunter Goodman 2 for 11 with the home run, an RBI, and a run scored so far in this series. 0-2. Line drive towards the middle. Pass the pitcher Leverett, but Dunn had it played perfectly behind the second base bag on a hop. Well fielded and taken to the bag himself to retire the side in the 4th. No runs, no hits. There is 1 left for the Yard Ghosts. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Still tied up at 2 on the Art Phil's Radio Network.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Como USA, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus, 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos, and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $33 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
Bottom half for the 4th inning, 2-2 ball game. Oliver Dunn will lead things off as 5, 6, and 7 are due up here in the frame against Chris McMahon, the righty for Hartford. McMahon out for inning number 4 of work. He's gone 3 so far. Allowed 4 hits and a pair of runs. The first of which being a home run to Oliver Dunn, his last time up. First pitch, Dunn fouls it off the hands, back to the left side, 0-1. McMahon, a local product, played his high school baseball 45 minutes away in Westchester, at Westchester Bayard Rustin High School. 0-1 pitch. That's a line drive towards right. Going back is Decolati. He turns and says goodbye. A 2-home run night for Oliver Dunn in back-to-back at-bats. And the Fightins take the lead 3-2 on Dunn's 7th of the season.
I'm not sure what Oliver Dunn did on his night off, but he might want to repeat that more often. We had talked about it. He had been struggling. His timing was off. He had been striking out a lot. He was getting on base. The times he was getting on base, he was walking a lot. But he's obviously figured something out. Prior to the night off last night, he had struck out 13 times in 7 games.
First pitch to Casey Martin, misses low and away for a ball.
But he was not cheated on either of those 2 swings. Both were blasts off his bat.
Next pitch is down low for a ball, 2-0. It's the third multi-home run game of the season for the Fightin' Phils. Second one this week, as Ethan Wilson did it on Tuesday. Next pitch to Martin is outside corner for a called strike. Count goes to 2-1. Martin will foul it back.
Yes. The funny thing about those 2 home runs by Dunn, both of them, they were going to be doubles if they weren't going to be home runs. The only question was whether they were high enough in 2 different parts of the ballpark. The first one was whether or not it was going to climb over the railing on the Redlands Event Center.
2-2. Martin will shoot one back foul towards the Phil's dugout. Stays 2-2.
Second one was whether or not it was going to be high enough to get over the fence right over the top of the pool. And in both cases, the answer was yes, it was high enough as he gets the 2 home runs.
Next pitch, Martin drives one in the air towards left center. Goodman and Restituyo go back. Restituyo, the center fielder, will make the catch in left center field just in front of the scoreboard. But Casey Martin gave it a good ride, 357. That's out number 1 for Ethan Wilson.
Yeah, he just got that a little bit too far to the end of the bat, just out in front of it just a little bit. If it's back a little bit further in his stance, he probably has enough to get it out. He certainly showed that power in Wednesday night's game when he got his first home run, but that one just didn't quite get it all.
Here's the pitch. Wilson takes it down low for a ball, 1-0. The last Phil to hit a home run in back-to-back at-bats. Logan O'Hoppe at Somerset, May 17th, 2022. So Oliver Dunn does that tonight.
It's a pretty good guy to be in company with. Logan O'Hoppe, who went to the Angels in the trade for Brandon Marsh. Was starting catcher for the Angels at the beginning of the season before being hurt.
Wilson swings and misses, counts 2-1.
Now you look at that flag, Jake, in left center field, and now all of a sudden it's starting to blow in a little bit. So that could have helped, it could have hurt some of Casey Martin's drive to the outfield as well.
Next pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike.
Top half of the inning, that flag was standing still. Now as the storm starts to come a little bit closer, perhaps, it starts to blow in a little bit from left field.
Two. Wilson drives one the other way into left field. It's down for a base hit, and it'll roll towards the corner. Goodman cuts it off nicely on left, so Wilson will be held to a single. That'll bring Cody Roberts to the plate.
That's a great play, actually, by Hunter Goodman. He just barely got that in his glove as it kind of squirted on the left-handed hitting Ethan Wilson. That's slicing away on him, and if he doesn't get it, Ethan Wilson easily gets himself a double. So Goodman's made 2 good plays in left field tonight, including throwing out Madison Stokes for a home run, which at the time kept the Phils from taking the lead.
Here's the pitch. Roberts sings one in the air out towards right. Tracking in comes Decalotti. He's in and makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring Herbert Iser, the 9-man, to the plate. Griff McGarry started tonight's game and went just 2 for the Phils. Issued 6 walks. The first Phil to do that in a game since Elnery Garcia against Harrisburg back on August 26, 2017. Here's the pitch. Iser shoots one straight back, foul, and the count is 0-1.
Yeah, Herbert just didn't quite look settled in against McMahon that first at bat. Got himself in a hole on a couple pitches that he may have thought were outside, but McMahon was able to paint the black. Let's see if it's not a much more aggressive at bat this time by Iser.
0-1 in the count to Iser. Wilson leads off at first. McMahon a long pause and deals. Driven foul. So 0-2, 2 outs to Herbert Iser. Bottom of the 4th, Fightin's lead at 3-2. Ethan Wilson leads off at first. Iser, the 9-man, bats from the left side. McMahon deals. Down low for a ball, 1-2 to Iser. Chris McMahon is up to just 56 pitches tonight, still pretty efficient. So we're saying McMahon, a local native, was drafted by the Atlanta Braves in the 2017 draft out of high school, opted to not sign. Went to Miami for 3 years. And throw over towards first. Actually, both pitchers tonight, McGarry and McMahon, former ACC foes. McGarry with Virginia, McMahon with Miami. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball hit sharply to second. Going back to his left is Boswell. He has it. He'll flip to first. And it's in time to retire the side. Our Phils get a run in the inning. They do it on 2 hits. And they leave 1 on base. We'll go to the 5th. Reading up 3-2 are on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sun Sips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. To honor the 275th anniversary of Reading, the Our Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on all Thursdays and select Tuesdays in 2023. Tuesdays are brought to you by Coatesville VA Medical Center. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays, thanks to Burke's Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Come celebrate the 275th anniversary of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2023. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at ourphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
Top of the 5th, Fightin Phils back ahead after a run in the bottom of the 4th. They lead it 3-2 as Adam Leverett returns for inning number 3 of work. He's been strong through 2. It was allowed just 1 base runner, came via the walk. And we'll get 3, 4, 5 of the Argo lineup. Brent Levine will lead things off from the left side for Hartford. The pitch, that's down and in for a ball 1-0.
And we'll see how efficient of an inning Leverett has here and what that means beyond this inning. Obviously, he's gotten them 2. This will be his 3rd.
Pitch. That one's in on the hands and out towards left. Wilson froze. Now he goes back towards the track, curls to his right. He'll make the catch a couple of steps in front of the warning track for out number 1. So that'll bring Braxton Fulford up.
Even with a very efficient inning, Adam Leverett's night is probably done. But again, if he gives them 3 tonight, after the early struggles of Griff McGarry, he has certainly done his job.
Fulford digs in from the right side. Here's the pitch. That was a line drive foul. Counts 0-1.
That one ended up actually cleared the fence or the screen and actually got into the grandstands. It was smoked off the bat from Fulford.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking at something.
Yeah, they're checking to make sure everybody's okay. One of the ambassadors is now coming out. Fulford kind of has his attention over there. Even as a hitter, you don't want to try to not focus on that, try not to pay attention to that, but you can't. Make sure everybody's okay.
Here's the pitch. That's down low for a ball 1-1. Tonight, Fulford is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. That one's blowing away. Checking his swing is Fulford. They'll appeal to first, where Jae Young Kim will say no swing, so 2-1.
Max Coons just got up and started to kind of soft toss to the bullpen.
Pitch is a jam shot, fouled back, and the count's 2-2. Nice catch by a fan off of bounds. Two. Just misses outside for a ball. Counts 3-2 on an off-speed pitch.
And Adam Leverett thought he got it, but it was just a bit outside.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on an off-speed pitch.
No question about that one. Second strikeout now for Leverett.
If he can get this last hitter Restituyo here, it'll be 3 really strong and much needed innings from Adam Leverett tonight. And obviously, still bridging the gap between now and inning number 9. And obviously, uncertain of what the Phillies are going to do tomorrow bullpen-wise. Here's the pitch. Swinging and miss 0-1. Josh Hendrickson originally was the probable pitcher for tonight, but he was called up to AAA Lehigh Valley tonight. He has also entered the game for the Iron Pigs. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball sharply to short. Martin's got it, and he'll rifle throw across in time. Now to retire this side in the 5th. Well, Adam Leverett, that's his night. What an outing it was. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on base for the Yard Goats. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-2 Fightin's on the Phillies Radio Network.
For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Bottom of the 5th inning, our Phils still lead by 1. Chris McMahon returns the mound for inning number 5 of work for the Yard Goats, as the top of the Phil's lineup is due up here in the frame. Madison Stokes will work his way up to the plate here to lead things off. Stokes, who is 0 for 1 tonight, a strikeout and a walk his last time up. Stokes will dig in from the right side against the righty Chris McMahon. First pitch to Stokes is down and away for a ball, 1-0. We're talking about with McMahon last inning. Him and McGarry, former ACC foes. McMahon at Miami, McGarry at Virginia. 1-0. That's down low for a ball, 2-0. McMahon played 3 years at Miami. Missed much of his freshman year, but was stellar in his sophomore and junior year of the Hurricanes. 2-0. Up in the zone for a called strike, 2-1. And that was a second-round draft pick by the Rockies in the 2020 draft. Spent a couple of years with High A Spokane, but missed most of last year due to an injury. But he's healthy this year and settling in nicely to Double-A, 2-1. On the outside corner for a called strike, 2-2. Two to Stokes. That's a line drive. It's under the glove, but diving Navarro, and it's down the left field line for a base hit. Stokes around first. He'll go to second. In there standing up as he adjusts his helmet, which was falling off his head. And it's a leadoff double for Madison Stokes, and that'll bring De La Cruz to the plate.
Madison Stokes has been painting some lines the last 2 nights. He had a double very similar to that last night, smoking it down the third base line. Now team leading 14 doubles for Madison Stokes.
De La Cruz will dig in here. No outs in the inning, as Stokes leads off a second. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball, 1-0.
Kind of funny, we're talking about Oliver Dunn responding after the off day. Madison Stokes had the off day on Wednesday, came back and had 3 hits last night. So something's going on the off days, but these guys are coming back strong.
1-0, big swing and a miss from De La Cruz, 1-1. No outs in the inning. Madison Stokes leads off a second. Ran the righty, toes the first base side of the rubber. The pitch. Just inside for a ball, 2-1. De La Cruz is 1 for 2 tonight. Singled in the third to extend his on-base streak to 31 games. That's inside for a ball, 3-1.
And Max Coons warming up in the Fightin's bullpen. Seems to have thrown enough that he's loose, ready to go. Probably coming in for the 6th.
Pitch. That's inside, ball 4. So De La Cruz works a walk. He's aboard for the second time tonight. And that'll bring Johan Rojas to the plate, Bob, in a big position.
It's the second walk surrendered by McMahon, and here comes the guy who now has taken over the team lead in RBIs with his RBI the last time up. Johan Rojas now with 34, stepping to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Or no outs, excuse me.
Mound visit here with Romo McMahon. You got to think also Blaine Beatty going to come out, Bob, just to kind of settle him down.
Yeah, 67 pitches for McMahon to this point in time. This is just to make sure, keep his focus on where he's at. Still a 3-2 game. It's a big spot here in this game where Rojas could potentially break this thing open. But for McMahon, it just roll one over, get a double play, and you're all but out of the inning and keep the game tight.
So long mound visit here. Home plate umpire Pete Talkington will join in on it. Rojas at the plate. Once again, no outs in the inning. Runners on first and second. Our Phil's lead 3-2, looking for more off McMahon. Max Coons appears to be ready. Obviously, if Reading's to continue to extend its lead, Adam Leverett's a big reason why.
For sure. I mean, just to settle things down after the shaky start by McGarry. Again, McGarry only ended up giving up 2 runs, but he certainly flirted with a whole lot worse with 3 walks in the first and 3 more walks in the second. But was able to get out of any further damage and only giving up 2 runs. But then for Leverett to come in and shut down Hartford for 3 straight innings, that really makes a big difference in this game, especially if the Phils can come up big here on the offensive side and break this thing open a little bit.
Rojas digs in from the right side. McMahon set at the belt, checks the runner, the pitch. That's down low for a ball, 1-0. Want to know the count here in the inning. No outs to Johan Rojas. Fightin's up by 1, looking for more. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Big swing from Rojas, looking to clear the fences.
He had one thing in mind, and he does that a lot. And I think Tyler Henson, the hitting coach, is okay with that. Like, I'll give you a swing, and if you make contact with it, you drive it in the seats, okay, fine. But, all right, now let's try to drive one up the middle.
Here's the pitch. Rojas, big swing and fouls it straight back on the ground. 1-2 towards the Argo's dugout.
But, I mean, you see that a lot. I mean, that's kind of atypical of what Bryce Harper does. Bryce Harper will swing hard. He gets himself in a 2-strike count, and he kind of opens up the stance a little bit, strides, takes some of the leg stride away from it, and just looks to try to drive the ball and sometimes just drive it the other way. Ball actually got loose from a fan out on the deck. It fallen on the on-deck circle in left field. Hunter Goodman had to toss it back.
So back in play now, 1-2 the count to the righty Rojas with 2 on and no outs. McMahon kicks and deals. Inside for a ball, 2-2.
Rojas has come up big in the last couple of nights, and he's also hit into a couple double plays in these spots as well.
Two-two. Rojas jammed him, and he fouls to the left side. Count stays 2-2. Two-two home. Rojas will hit one sharply on the ground. One hop to the second baseman, Boswell. He'll flip the second for 1 to Carreras. That's all they'll get, as the ball was not hit that hard. Stokes moves to third. Fielder's choice 4-6. Runners on the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot on that. It's a slow roller. Boswell made the right play, which is just to get at least an out out of it. No chance to get Rojas on the double play on the slow roller.
So Nick Podcool will step up. One out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Podcool's had some chances in this game, so with men on base the last time up.
McMahon set at the belt. The righty kicks and deals. At the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Podcool also tonight's Sheets RBI guy. 0 for 2 tonight, a couple of fly balls out the right. Oh, 1 from McMahon. That's a foul ball. Slicing foul to the right side. Ranging over is Decolati. And a go out of play foul. Counts 0-2.
Starting to get some activity in the Hartford bullpen now as well.
Max Coons, of course, continues to throw in the Reading bullpen.
Phineas Delbonta Smith, who gets loose in Hartford's bullpen.
Pitch. And Podcool will slice it foul again to the right side, 0-2.
Haven't seen Delbonta Smith in this series, but he is on our all-name team.
I was going to say, it's one of my favorite names. We talked about it last time Hartford was here, the first home series in April. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and Podcool is down on strikes.
Comes with a high fastball. And Podcool just swings through it. Couldn't catch up to it.
Here comes Oliver Dunn. We know what he's done tonight. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of home runs.
And that's going to do it because Kristen Orfeo knows exactly what Jake was talking about, and he's not going to let McMahon face Dunn a third time.
That'll be McMahon's day. Step into your future if the Alvernia University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen. Back after this.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Phineas Delbonta Smith is the new arm here in the inning for the Yard Goats. He enters with 2 outs in the frame. But it's a big spot for Delbonta Smith, Bob, as he sees Oliver Dunn, who has 2 home runs today, and a couple of guys on base.
Yeah, as we said going to break, there was no way Kristen Orfeo is going to let Chris McMahon face Dunn a third time. Dunn took him deep both times, and they were both blasts off of Oliver Dunn's bat. So Delbonta Smith making his 18th appearance out of the Yard Goat bullpen, 22 innings, 27 strikeouts, 14 walks. What it's worth, he's given up 4 home runs, so we'll just throw that out there.
First pitch to Dunn. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. No, Dunn's feeling good right now. 2 home run game. Third our fill of a pair of home runs in a game this year. First to do it, and back-to-back at-bats since Logan O'Hoppe last May. 0-1. Dunn will take on the outside corner for a called strike 0-2. And Dunn goes down on strike. So Devonta Smith enters. Oh, actually, no. It looks like
there's a foul tip. Went
tip.
in and out of the glove of Romo.
I
So
saw
Dunn
it in,
right.
put my head down, and then look up and saw the ball pop down.
Yeah, just it was in the mitt, but he couldn't hold on to it, so Dunn's still alive.
0-2. 2 outs. The pitch. Runner goes, and this time Dunn swings and misses. And he goes down on strike. So that will try the side in the 5th. No runs on a hit. No errors and 2 left for the Fight-Ins. We'll go to the 6th. 3-2 Reading on the Our Phil's Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phil's mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Max Coons enters from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. He released Adam Leverett, who went 3 innings. Coons making his 19th appearance of the year. 1 and 2, 3 saves, 17 and a third innings pitched, 26 strikeouts, 19 walks. First pitch, outside corner for a called strike 0-1. And Bob Coons is a guy that when he's throwing strikes, he can be very hard to hit.
Yeah, he's absolutely been that, but he's also had issues where he's missed with pitches.
Next pitch, ground ball to third. Staying back on it is Stokes. Kind of eats him up, but he does a good job funneling it towards his belt. Throws across the diamond in time for out number 1 for Drew Romo.
The numbers for Coons, this is his 19th appearance. He's 1 and 2 with an 8.83 earned run average. He does have 3 saves on the season. 17 and a third innings pitched, 26 strikeouts, but 19 walks. And so that's been the issue for Max. He was spot on early on in the season, but then he started running into some control problems. And of late has been better.
First pitch, right down the chute for a called strike 0-1. Adam Leverett was great. 3 innings, no runs, no hits. Lone blemish was a walk and 2 strikeouts. 0-1. That one's hit foul behind home plate and hit off the facing of the press box. 0-2.
When Max was missing, and a lot of it was with his fastball, and it was almost as if he was kind of I want to say overthrowing it, but just kind of releasing it late. And to right-handed hitters, he was missing way wide and outside the strike zone. And now Romo calls time down 0-2.
Nothing in 2, 1 out. Top half of the 6th inning. 3-2 ball game, our Phil's lead. The pitch, that's a ground ball shot towards third. Stokes, who was shaded towards shortstop, gloves it and flips the first in time. 2 quick outs and a couple of nice plays from Madison Stokes this inning in his first game of the year at third base.
Yeah, I was just going to say his first time playing at third, but really he made that play at shortstop, which is where he played for several weeks, because with the left-handed hitting Romo up there, the third baseman cheating towards the shortstop spot until he ranged to his left. He was basically playing where he would have played at shortstop, but he did range nicely to his left and makes the throw. 2 quick outs now for Coons.
First pitch to Brett Boswell's in there for a called strike 0-1. Early signs as the control is certainly on point tonight for Max Coons. 0-1. That's a bit up and away for a ball.
Yeah, and Max can get it up there. He can consistently run it up there at 95 or 96 miles an hour.
1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So Max Coons 1 strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Our Phil's pitching has retired 6 in a row. Dating back to the second, they've only allowed 1 base runner. That was a walk by Decolati in the 4th.
Yeah, the Goats only have the 1 hit.
The pitch. Down low for a ball. 2-2. Also just look down towards the Savage dugout suite. The crazy hot dog vendor is still there. Are we going to get a second appearance tonight?
I don't know.
I think I've never seen him still in the costume. Not costume, it's an ostrich this late in the game. Pitch. Swing a chopper towards first. Podko backs up when it fields it. Underhand flip. Coons covers, touches. That'll retire the side in the 6th. 1-2-3 inning for Max Coons. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. 3-2 lead for Reading, back on the Our Phil's radio network.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Golden Oaks Golf Club, PA Army National Guard, Culligan Water, Aspen Home Improvements, and Rip-It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $56 when purchased in advance. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phil's game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next Our Phil's game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Bottom of the 6th, 3-2. Fightin' Phil's still lead. Casey Martin will lead things off. 6, 7, 8's due up in the frame for the Our Phil's. Martin's 0 for 2 tonight. As Phineas Devonta Smith returns for his first full inning of work. First pitch. Martin will take it on the outside corner for a called strike 0-1. So Chris McMahon tonight, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 78 pitches, 53 were strikes. Pitch. Martin will shoot one foul back in the air behind home plate, 0-2.
Devonta Smith is in his 2nd season with the Yard Goats. He pitched 36 games last year for Hartford.
Martin will step back into the box here. Slightly open stance for the righty. First week here in Double-A Reading. 0-2. That's up and away for a ball, 1-2 to the righty. Devonta Smith will lean in and get a sign from his catcher, Drew Romo. He'll come set. Pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch down in the dirt. And Drew Romo will apply the tag for out number 1. Second strikeout for Devonta Smith and as many batters. And that'll bring Ethan Wilson to the plate.
And that's one of the concerns regarding Casey Martin in terms of the bat. We talked about whether or not he will hit at levels and continue to be a contributor on the offensive end. And the strikeouts are a part of that. He struck out 101 times last year at Jersey Shore.
First pitch to Wilson. That's foul, straight back off the netting, 0-1. Wilson 1 for 2 tonight, singled his last time up, shot one down the left field line hard. Good piece of opposite field hitting for the lefty. Pitch. That's low and away for a ball. 1-1. As well as the Phillies bullpen has thrown tonight, we talked about it a lot last night and in the pregame today. The ability to tack runs on late in the game when leading. Pitch. On the outside corner for a called strike 1-2 to Wilson.
Yeah, we also wondered how the Phils might approach this last several innings now, and Max Coons was highly efficient in that last inning, and the bullpen is quiet, so he's going to get a second inning.
That's a line drive in the right field, a base hit. Decolati stumbled for a second, but got to it. And throws it in, so it's back-to-back singles for Wilson and Cody Roberts to the plate. Seems like Wilson is starting to really heat up again, Bob.
Back-to-back nights now with a couple of hits, and he had the home run the night before. So Ethan Wilson most definitely is picking up the pace. He had 2 home runs the night before that, so he is definitely hitting. I think it's very interesting that they've now the last 2 nights had him behind Casey Martin to give him a little bit of protection in the order.
Here's the pitch. Wilson will go again, throw to second on a hop, and he is out.
What a great throw by Drew Romo.
Another great throw by Drew Romo in the series. And Ethan Wilson is cut down. Seen Wilson try and run a lot this week.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Not the most success in the world.
He has not had he's had a great series with the bat, not so much with the legs. He's been thrown out a couple times. Of course, he had that one play the other night where he was on third base and took off for home and got himself in a rundown. We never did figure out what that was all about.
Pitch. Roberts takes outside for a ball, 2-0.
But again, let's not discount Drew Romo. Drew Romo is where he's at because of his ability behind the plate. He has all the tools as a defensive catcher.
2-0. Roberts will line one. It's just a foul ball to the left of the chalk down the left field line, as Paul Romer made very clear. But Reading has peppered that left field line a lot the last couple of days.
They really have. We talked about it with Madison Stokes. He's painted that line a couple of times. They really have. And that's just a good sign that their timing is there. They're really all over the pitches. And in some cases, just a little bit out in front for a foul ball.
2-1. Roberts will sky it foul. Counts 2-2. 2 outs in this bottom of the 6th inning. Bases are empty after Ethan Wilson was caught stealing at second by Drew Romo. Our Phils lead at 3-2. Bullpen quiet for both sides. Safe to assume that Max Coons will re-enter in the 7th. Pitch. And Roberts takes inside for a ball. Drew Romo this season, now 14 for 69 and throwing out base stealers this year. Next pitch, Roberts, little half swing, but he hits it foul. And a nice catch by a fan. Just to the left of the one and only Adam Briscoe. So the count stays full to Cody Roberts, 2 outs. Devonta Smith set at the belt, the payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. That'll bring Herbert Eiser to the plate with 2 outs. Eiser 0 for 2 tonight. Getting his first start of the series. Entered the week just 0 for 3 against the Yard Goats, now 0 for 5 in limited action this season. First pitch to Eiser. Swung on, pounded into the dirt, foul. Count goes 0-1 to Eiser. There's one thing about Herbert Eiser, though. Tireless worker.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Tyler Henson will tell you point blank. He points to him a lot about a guy who not getting in the lineup every day, but really puts in the time and the effort in the cage each and every day.
0-1. At the belt for a called strike 0-2.
There's not a whole lot of guys on this team who don't like to get the cage and hit. They do like to hit.
That's what Henson said. They keep him busy. Even when they don't have to be hitting, they're hitting. See if Iser can add one here. 0-2. It's hit in the air, out towards right. Going back is Decolati. It is long gone. Herbert Iser, a 2-run shot into the Reading Hospital Tower Health pool party. And Reading leads at 5-2.
Said it the last time up that I thought Herbert was a little passive in the first at-bat, and see if he's not more aggressive in the second. And he was more aggressive in the second and timed it up perfectly in the third. And that was a bomb up and over the signage on top of the roof of the pool deck and hit the back side of the pool deck roof on the way down and on the way towards Center Avenue.
Second home run of the year for Eisern. Boy, oh boy, 386. That one was not a cheapie. Pitch to Stokes outside for ball 1-0.
Yeah, that didn't need any wind.
No, not at all. And he's got power.
Yep,
I think
no
that's
question.
one thing about him that you see in batting practice. He can crush the ball. 1-0. Down low for a ball. Stokes takes 2-0.
Yeah, and I would think it's a situation with as he has continued to hit. Again, he's now 6 for his last 14 at the plate, including those 2 home runs that we're talking about. I think the second half of the season, I think you're going to see a lot more Herbert Iser in the lineup.
Certainly deserves the opportunities. 2-0. Upstairs to Stokes 3-0.
But again, it's the way this roster was put together with the experienced catchers of Max McDowell and Cody Roberts to work with some of the young pitchers that they had here, and they want those experienced catchers to work with those with those young pitchers.
Pitch. Stokes takes inside, and he'll work himself a walk. So second walk of the inning issued by DeMonta Smith. Still quiet bullpen for the Argos. Can we also take a second as we'll also get Blaine Beatty here? So now we can take a second. I'm not here to brag, but I manifested Dunn's first home run and Iser's home run tonight.
Yes, absolutely.
Look at the tape.
There's no question about it. It's fine. You can do it. You can sense it, and you did.
I'm
Good
turning
for
into
you.
Tony Romo up here. Now, I don't know if our Philadelphia fan contingent wants to hear that.
If your salary will match it, you got something to talk about.
So, mound visit here. But let's also revisit something else we've talked about a lot. The insurance run thing.
That's what I was going to get to. As much as we're talking about the good for Herbert Iser and the home run, the most important piece of all of it is that now it's a 5-1 lead. So now you've painted yourself some insurance. You've added on to it. And for a bullpen that has obviously had its troubles over the course of this season, you've now given them some margin for error. Doesn't mean you want to see them use it, but you've given them some margin for error. As Max Coons is going to come out for the second inning, one of the issues that this bullpen has had, they've had a number of times where inning number 1 has been clean, but when they've come out for the second inning, they've struggled. So we'll see if Max Coons can break that slide and take care of business when he comes out for the 7th. But again, now you've given yourself a little bit of a cushion with a 3-run lead.
De La Cruz steps in. First pitch to him. Big swing and a miss 0-1. I mean, Reading has 3 home runs tonight. De La Cruz wanted to join in right there.
Guy that's got the most has been absent for most of the series. He does have the 1, but.
Well, let's see if we can get another one right here. 0-1. That's a line drive into left field, a base hit towards the corner. Stokes chugs around second, then puts the brakes on as the left fielder Goodman did a nice job cutting it off. De La Cruz reaches via hit. Okay, so I said another one as in a home run, but we still got a hard hit base hit.
Absolutely. That was a rocket off the bat. So now De La Cruz has been on base 3 times in this series. And that's okay. There's no way you'll ever say no to a line drive base hit. But another nice play by Hunter Goodman. I said this earlier that they tried him as a catcher, but obviously Romo and Fulford are far beyond him in their defensive abilities. So trying to find a place for Hunter Goodman to play defensively to keep his bat in the lineup, he's done a pretty nice job in left field tonight.
First pitch to Rojas. Inside corner for a called strike 0-1. Reading 10 hits tonight. They scored 5 runs. Hartford has 2 runs on just 1 hit. I mean, pitching for the R Phils has been solid tonight. And the fact that McGarry got through 2 with only giving up 2 runs on 6 walks, got to be happy with that. Down low for a ball, 1-1. And look, it wasn't the ideal start for Griff McGarry tonight. There's no sugarcoating that. But it shows that who he is when things get tough, that he was able to keep it to just 2 runs over those 2 innings with 6 walks allowed.
Yeah, that could have been a complete disaster. And when it's all said and done, it turns out that it's a 2-0 game by the time he comes out. And with this lineup, this offense, that's not a big problem to overcome.
1-1, big swing and a miss from Rojas, 1 and 2.
But with 6 walks in those innings, the fact is there was only 1 base hit in the innings, but he was able to get himself out of further damage, and that's, again, testament to Griff McGarry for at least finding a way to get through it. Certainly not something I don't know how much solace he'll take of the fact. However, could have been a whole lot worse.
1-2. Fouled back. Hartford has not had a base hit since the first inning either. Right. There were the 6, since the end of the second, Hartford has had 1 base runner. Reading has retired in 4 innings, 12 of 13 yard goats that have come to the plate. The lone blemish being a walk issued by Leverett. 1-2. 2 outs, the pitch. Down and in. Rojas shimmies a little bit back out of the way of it. 2-2. So 2 count, 2 on, 2 outs. Fightin's lead 5-2, bottom 6. Devonta Smith is set at the belt, deals. That's inside, ball 3, counts full. Runners' wheels will be turning on the pitch. Rojas, 1 for 3 tonight. Single and a couple of ground outs. 306 hitter, 5 home runs, 34 RBI. Devonta Smith, the payoff pitch. That one's hit in the air high out towards left. Goodman tracking back, has a read on it in front of the track. Will make the catch by the line. That'll retire the side in the 6th. But Reading gets 2 runs. They do it on a pair of hits. No errors, and they leave 2 on base. 2/3 of the way home in baseball town. Reading leads 5-2. Back after this, the 7th on the Phillies Radio Network.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job, everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightins.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member.
Top of the 7th. 5-2 ball game, the Phillies lead. Like Reading has done all night, they've tried to lean on their bullpen to bring things home. I'll head to my bullpen, bring in Bob McCool.
There we go again with that 9-out save thing. You keep dumping on me every night as Max Coons will go to work for his 2nd inning, and he'll face Christopher Navarro leading off, and the first pitch from Coons is inside for a ball. Coons with a clean inning the last time out and a highly efficient inning as he now works the top half of the 7th inning and a 5-2 Fightin's advantage. And Coons misses a 2nd straight time. Navarro 0 for 1 on the night. It's one of the walks that McGarry gave up back in the 2nd. Again, McGarry walked 3 in the first, walked 3 more in the second in his 2 innings. Adam Leverett came on, pitched a great 3 innings. Coons pitched the 6th, and now here in the 7th. And that one's over for a called strike 2. So now he's got himself back in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one beats foul. Oh, that's fair, and Madison Stokes lets it play him, and Navarro's going to go for 2 as Ethan Wilson slips down, and Navarro's safe at second base. So Madison Stokes kind of olayed that a little bit as he got up on him, and he took a sweep at it, and it went under his glove, and then Ethan Wilson charged in. Navarro thinking second off the bat, and Wilson slipped down, and that allows Navarro to get to second base easily. So he's a leadoff base runner, and now the top of the order, and Nico Decolati. It looks like they are going to give Navarro a hit on that. It's his second hit of the game for the Yard Goats. And Decolati 0 for 1 on the night, struck out in the first, and then walked in his other 2 plate appearances. And Coons quickly falls behind him, 2 balls and no strikes. Yard Goat bullpen gets busy. Imagine the Fightin's bullpen will start to get loose as well, with Coons in his second inning of work. 2-0 pitch there for a called strike on the 95 miles an hour on the radar gun. Looks like Keelan Kilgore will be next man up in the Phil's bullpen. As Decolati fouls it back. Navarro took off. Actually, I guess he did not foul. He just missed it, and it went past Roberts and all the way to the backstop. So I assumed, based on the fact that it got all the way to the backstop, that it was a foul tip by Decolati, but it was not. He missed it. Roberts missed it as well, and so that allows Navarro to move up to third base now. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nico Decolati. Phils will keep the infield back with a 3-run lead. They'll concede the run. Decolati will serve it into right field for a clean base hit, and that will allow Navarro to score. RBI single for Nico Decolati. His 6th RBI of the season. Still nobody out now here in the 7th. And that will bring up Hunter Goodman. Goodman 0 for 2 on the night, walked and scored in the first, struck out and grounded out in his other 2 plate appearances. A 5-3 game now, and Goodman, home run leader and RBI leader in the Eastern League, got one thing on his mind right now. Let's try to tie this ball game up. 1-0 now as Coons steals from the stretch. Up and in, ball 2. Keelan Kilgore is loosening in the Fightin's bullpen with a left-hander in the on-deck circle. And Grant Levine. Goodman, big step, but again it's up high. Now it's 3-0. Now time called by Coons, I believe, kicking some dirt around that pitching rubber. So 3 balls and no strikes now to Hunter Goodman with a man on first and nobody out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Up high, ball 4. First walk surrendered by Coons, and now 2 on and nobody out. I don't think Max Coons really wanted anything to do with Hunter Goodman in that spot. Don't know that Kilgore has enough pitches to be loose to bring the lefty in now against the left-handed hitting Levine, but I may be wrong because here comes Tyler Henson. So I would imagine that this is going to be the change, and they will indeed get Kilgore, the lefty, in to face Levine. He hasn't made the motion yet. He's just called time to walk to the mound. But if this was a discussion otherwise, it would be Burgess, and there's the call. So the Alverna University Golden Wolves call. The bullpen is made. We'll take a timeout on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network and back with more after this.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
So Keelan Kilgore will be the new arm in for the Fightins. Left-handed, the lone left-hander in the bullpen for Reading will come on to face a left-handed hitting Grant Levine.
Keelan Kilgore in for the Fightins, 19th appearance. He's 3-1, a 5.91 ERA. And you get a lefty on lefty matchup here with Grant Levine coming up. Then it's a handful of righties after that for Hartford. So looking to at least get this first out and then see what you do from there.
Levine 0 for 1 on the night. Walked in a sacrifice fly and an RBI back in the second. Flew out to left field in his right field in his other plate appearance as he fouls this one out of play. So a run in for the Goats, 2 on, nobody out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Phils lead it 5-3. Decolati, the runner at second, he singled. Goodman, the runner at first, he walked. And he bounces it up there all the way to the backstop, and that's going to allow both runners to move up. And so now the tying runs are in scoring position.
Obviously takes a double play out of order too, so we'll see what they do. Up by 2, looks like Reading's going to bring the infield up, and then they're going to bring him back. So up by 2, they'll trade it out for a run here.
So 1 ball and 1 strike now to Levine. Again, he misses outside. It's 2-1. Lifts this one to left. Ethan Wilson breaks back, now breaks in. He'll make the catch. The runner will tag. Wilson with the throw, and it gets by Cody Roberts. The run will score. So now it's a 5-4 game. Another sacrifice fly and an RBI for Grant Levine.
I mean, look, Levine does a job. Wilson did a nice job getting behind it. Made a good throw, but it's a tough scoop for Roberts. And kind of just to finish up that play there, Kilgore does a nice job backing that up, because if he's not there, might have seen Goodman get third. So at least you keep the runner at second. You're still up by 1. You need to get these next few batters here.
So 5-4 game now with Braxton Fulford batting. As Jake said, Hunter Goodman stayed at second base. 1 out now in the inning. Fulford will list this in the right field. De La Cruz has it spotted up. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 2.
Goodman was off the bag, too, so no threat of a tag. And look, it's a Yargoats team that likes to be aggressive. They like to swing early in counts, and Kilgore has gotten a couple of flyouts so far. So, yes, he's given up the run, but to his credit, it's gotten 2 quick outs.
Now he's got to get 1 more, and Vladimir Restituyo. Restituyo 0 for 3 on the night. He's only got 2 hits in this series, but they were big ones. He's the kind of guy who comes up in big moments for this Yard Goat team, and is a big spot here with a tying run at second and 2 outs. The first pitch to him, swing and a miss. Goodman doesn't have great speed, but you could argue that he may have made a mistake by not moving up to third on that throw home, and then he could have scored on that fly ball, theoretically. Restituyo fouls this one away, and now it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Vladimir Restituyo.
Yeah, and a ball hit the left at the speed that Wilson was running in. It's safe to assume he's going to go home, so if you're Goodman, why not take the risk and go to third? There's still less than 2 outs, too, so even if you somehow got cut off, the run would still score regardless.
Right. No balls and 2 strikes now to Restituyo. Inside, ball 1. There is activity in the Yard Goat bullpen. There will be a fresh arm, it would appear, for Hartford in the bottom half of the 7th. 1-2 pitch. Lined into left field. Wilson on his horse. Dives and cannot make the catch. Goodman will score, and Restituyo will roll into second base with an RBI double, and we're tied at 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's a valiant effort by Ethan Wilson. Gave it everything that he had, but just out of his reach. And just like that, Hartford ties it up. And, fortunately, the Phils had those insurance runs, so it's only a tie game, but you still want to get this out, move things over to the middle third of the lineup for you in the bottom of the inning, and try and retake this lead.
So that'll bring up Julio Carreras. He had what was the only hit for Hartford prior to this inning with an RBI single back in the first, a couple of ground outs in his other 2 plate appearances. Now runner at second base, the go-ahead run at second base. And the first pitch from Kilgore is over for a called strike. So again, Vladimir Restituyo only has 3 hits in this series, but every one of those 3 have been a dagger for the Fightins so far. Kilgore trying to get out of a further mess. No balls and a strike to the hitter, Carreras. Fouls this one away. It's 0-2. Kilgore takes a look back to second, comes with his pitch, and the same thing. Foul ball, almost the exact same direction off the bat of Carreras. Not sure if the same fan ended up getting his hands on that ball or not, but it was awfully close to one another. Kind of out of my vantage point exactly where that ball landed, but it was smoking hot, I can tell you that. Now, home plate umpire Pete Talkington is headed out to talk with Keelan Kilgore and with Cody Roberts out of the mound. I think this is just...
I think a fan may have been hit here. They're EMTs are taking a look at the fan, so may have just been well, they're taking a look, especially when people are looking and that's a hot spot for foul balls. We'll see, if they kind of wait here.
Yeah, if you're wondering, all right, so why does it matter to the players on the field? Because right now all the fans are looking in one direction. So Carreras would hit another foul ball. A lot of the fans aren't paying attention to what's going on in the field. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Carreras. Up high for a ball. It's 1-2. Three runs in the inning for the Yard Goats. Go ahead run at second. Lifted straight up into shallow right field. Carlos De La Cruz will call for it and squeeze it for the third and final out. But Hartford does its damage. As they put 3 runs across, they do it on 3 hits. They leave 1. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time in Baseball Town. We're tied at 5.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phils. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksorus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the R-Phils.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
So we head to the bottom of the 7th here in Baseball Town, presented to you by Swartz Culleton. If you've been injured at work, get justice. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Fightin's at a lead of 5-2. It's now 5-5 after the Hartford 3 spot in the top half of the 7th. So the Phils will try to regain the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. They'll send Nick Podkul, Oliver Dunn, and Casey Martin to the plate. And the Alberta University Golden Wolves call the bullpen for Hartford. Will bring big right-hander Michael Peterson into the game for the Yard Goats. And the first pitch to Nick Podkul is outside for a ball. Podkul sporting an 0 for 3 as he steps in. Peterson 6'7" and 195, and a fastball that's at 98 on the radar gun gets by Podkul. Peterson was born in Middlesex, England. Did play college baseball here in the States at Riverside Community College in California. Podkul drives this one into center field. Restituyo will take a couple steps back and in the deepest part of the ballpark make the catch for out number 1. I'll bring up Oliver Dunn, one of the offensive stars of the night for the Fightins. A couple of solo home runs. He's also struck out in 3 plate appearances. Home run number 6 and 7 on the year for Dunn. RBI number 31 and 32 as well. And the first pitch he swings at and lifts this one into left field. Goodman broke back, now comes in, still coming in, and eventually squeezes it for out number 2. So 2 quick fly ball outs for Michael Peterson. And that'll bring up Casey Martin. Peterson did pitch for Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic. Did not pitch much. Great Britain didn't last very long in the World Baseball Classic as Casey Martin bats. Martin tried to check his swing and actually leaned right into it and got the bat and fouled it back and out of play. So Casey Martin 0 for 3 on the night with a couple of strikeouts. Is quickly behind no balls and 1 strike. Takes that one outside for a ball.
Casey Martin, who's been quiet the last couple of nights after a strong first few days here in Baseball Town.
Now it's way up high. It's 2-1. Again, 98 on the radar gun for Peterson. Peterson was injured and did not pitch last year other than a 1 start in the Arizona Rookie League. Swing and a miss at the high fastball that hits triple digits on the radar gun, and Casey Martin behind is in a 2-ball and 2-strike count now. That's way outside. It's 3-2.
Look at that bat here from Casey Martin. Obviously, can get a fastball over the heart. As hard as Peterson throws, he can certainly do some damage with it.
Lifts this one into shallow center field. Restituyo, the center fielder, will take charge and he'll make the catch. And 3 fly balls for the Fightins in the 7th leads to a 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the top of the 8th, still tied. Hartford 5, Reading 5.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider of the Phillies. International Fireworks shoots every fireworks show throughout the season, including 8 Mega Blast fireworks shows. International Fireworks also provides the pregame fireworks after the national anthem at each game. International Fireworks has a nearby retail store in Douglasville, Pennsylvania, where you can purchase all of your fireworks. Visit fireworksrus.com for more information about the International Fireworks retail store in Douglasville. Thanks again to International Fireworks, the official fireworks provider of the Phillies.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience filled with family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 21st through the 24th for the induction of Fred McGriff and Scott Rowland as the class of 2023. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
We head to the top of the 8th. Keelan Kilgore will stay out there for the Fightins. He came in relief of Max Coons in the 7th and ended up getting the 3 outs in the 7th inning. And he will face Drew Romo. The switch hitter spins him around to bat right-handed now for the first time tonight. And a left-hander in the on-deck circle, so that's the reason Kilgore comes back out for this inning. As Romo batting right-handed takes the first pitch for a ball. Romo 0 for 3 on the night. 1-0 pitch, lined into center field for a base hit, just over the outstretched glove of Oliver Dunn for a base hit.
I mean, Dunn gave it a great effort. It was stung, but just a bit too high for him. And look, you look at bottom of the lineup here. Maybe see you got lefty on lefty matchup. Kilgore this year, lefties 229 against him compared to 283 for righties. So has true splits. See if he can roll a ground ball here.
Boswell 0 for 2 on the night, did walk and score a run. 5th hit of the night for the Yard Goats. Boswell shows bunt, pulls it back. 5 hits for Hartford, 4 of those 5 coming in the last two innings. As the left-hander Kilgore comes from the stretch. Again, Boswell shows bunt. Again, he pulls it back, and it's 2-0. Righty or lefty, this is Kilgore's inning because the bullpen is quiet right now for Reading. The 2-0 pitch. Again shows bunt, pops it up right to Madison Stokes.
Well, best case scenario with him bunting right there. Runner doesn't advance and pops it up. I mean, it's a lost art nowadays, bunting really is. It's something that's not practiced as much, but the guys that can bunt are always super reliable members of a lineup.
So that'll bring up Christopher Navarro. The 9-hole hitter is 1 for 2 tonight. He's been on base twice. Walked in the 2nd, doubled and scored in the 7th. The first pitch from Kilgore is over for a called strike. Nico Decolati, the leadoff man in the Hartford lineup, in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly ahead of Navarro, no balls and 2 strikes. Navarro was not on the lineup card originally by Chris D'Onofrio. Change and put him in at third base and in the 9-hole as he fouls this one straight back and stays alive. Jack Blumgren was originally in the lineup at second base, so they made a change for a reason we don't know. But Navarro is at third, and they moved Brett Boswell to second. Navarro's had a couple of hits in these last 2 nights that he's played. 2 hits in last night's game and a hit tonight. And he drives this one to left field. Ethan Wilson will go back, and shy of the warning track will make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, that was in, so jammed him ever so slightly, Navarro, and kept it in the ballpark, and see if Kilgore can work around this leadoff single and get out of the inning.
Brings up Nico Decolati. Decolati's been on base 3 times after a strikeout in the first inning, a couple of walks and an RBI single. Came around and scored as part of that 3-run 7th inning. Man on first now with 2 outs. And Decalotti fouls one out of play. It's a big spot here because the guy in the on-deck circle is Hunter Goodman.
We know what he's done.
And can do. So to get Decalotti here would be big for Keelan Kilgore. With 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss and a great pitch by Kilgore. Breaking ball that basically was on the back foot of the right-handed hitting Decalotti, and he's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
The bottom basically fell out of that one. That was a nasty breaking pitch. 41 degrees of vertical break downwards.
See where he goes on 0-2. Over for a called strike 3, and Kilgore retires the Goats in the top half of the 8th. We'll head to the bottom half. Still tied at 5 in Baseball Town.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday than a Fightin' Phil's birthday. The Fightin' Fan birthday package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $130. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Before we do that, we mentioned to you about the Manor Golf Club, established in 1928. It's one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring. The Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot-making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information. Hartford 5, Reading 5. We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Ethan Wilson, Cody Roberts, Herbert Iser, the 3 due up for the Fightins. And they will be facing a new arm out of the Alberta University Golden Wolves bullpen for Hartford. It'll be left-hander Evan Justice. And facing the left-handed hitting Ethan Wilson, misses the first pitch outside, ball 1.
Very limited action, just 10 games, 9 2/3, 6 earned runs allowed. But he's somehow 4-0 for 5.59 ERA.
And he got the win for Hartford in this series. In the 7-2 extra inning game on Wednesday night, Evan Justice pitched a clean inning and got the win. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Ethan Wilson. As Wilson fouls it at the plate. Wilson with 2 hits and 3 at-bats tonight, a couple of singles. Batting average now up to 280 with his 2 hits, 10 home runs on the year, 33 RBIs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch way outside. Justice has a funky delivery for lefty, kind of pauses almost in the midst of his delivery. Swing and a miss as the 96-mile-an-hour fastball gets by Ethan Wilson for out number 1.
Yeah, Justice climbed to the top of the ladder on Wilson. Swings through it, and like I said, those fastballs look faster the higher they are. And gets Wilson swinging under it.
Bring up Cody Roberts, who's had a busy night. Single and scored in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 6th. So he's been right in the middle of the offense for the Phils so far tonight. The first pitch from Justice is over for a called strike. Andrew Baker up and throwing in the Fightins bullpen. And fist to the right side and in for a base hit, and will roll into the bullpen. Roberts around first and headed to second. as eventually Decolati has to work his way through Andrew Baker and company to pick that ball up, and Cody Roberts has a stand-up double.
5th double of the year for Cody Roberts, who continues to be red hot at the plate as of late. That one just a great placement, but he's hitting .364 entering tonight over his last 5. Here's Herbert Iser. You have one out, so it's probably just a swing away situation. If there were no outs, I wouldn't be against a bunt. But at the same time, we saw what Iser did last time, so I haven't bunt.
2-run home run onto the roof of the top of the Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Pavilion. His 2nd home run of the season, his 5th and 6th RBIs of the season. Herbert now 6 for his last 14 as he stands in. The go-ahead run at 2nd and 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Justice takes a look back at Roberts, comes with his delivery, and Iser hits it down the first base line and foul. And I think he just broke his bat.
Yeah, you can hear that up here, the snap of the lumber. It's one that you're like, oh, can that sneak inside the line? But he pulled it considerably foul. But he was early on that fastball, so that's got to be a good feeling.
Justice has a very, like I said, he has a kind of a pause when he comes up out of the set motion. It's got to be distracting for a left-handed hitter. As the left-handed pitcher, the 0-1 pitch. This is outside, it's 1-1.
Excellent take by Iser.
It's not like Charles Barkley's golf swing kind of pause, but it's got a little bit of a hesitation to
Nothing will ever compare to that.
1-1 now to Iser. Holds up. Yes, he did. Check swing. They appeal. Paul Romer, the third base umpire, says he did not commit, so it's 2-1 now to Iser.
It's a good call. From up here, it looked like Iser did hold up.
Madison Stokes, the leadoff man, is in the on-deck circle for the Fightins. Swing and a miss at the fastball, and it's 2-2.
That had some nice sinker action to it. 96, but late life. That's a hard pitch to barrel up.
So Iser now tries to protect. 2-2. Curbs the curveball and gets him on a strikeout.
Yeah, I mean, great pitch sequencing. Going hard fastball, and then goes soft with the all-speed pitch at 84. Gets Iser to swing over it. He knew Iser was early on a fastball, so he knew he'd be even earlier on an off-speed. Back to the top now to Stokes.
So Madison Stokes, who's been on base the last 3 times up, struck out in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, doubled in the 5th, and walked again in the 6th. So officially 1 for 2 on the night. And the first pitch from Justice is on the inside corner, a breaking ball, strike 1. So Justice has struck out the 2 lefties he's faced so far. The right-hander, Cody Roberts, is on second base with a double. Madison Stokes trying to cash it in. Tie game at 5 in the bottom of the 8th. Way inside and almost hit Stokes somehow or another. He danced over the top of it, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, well, he high-stepped over that. Looking like Allen Iverson in the 0-1 finals against Teron Liu with how he stepped over that.
And Andrew Baker warming up in the bullpen. Looks like some drizzle again starting to fall here at FirstEnergy Stadium. 1-1 to Stokes. Up high, ball 2.
Yeah, this is, I've been calling for Ramos tonight. It's really the first/most we've seen so far.
Carlos De La Cruz looking for a chance in the on-deck circle. 2-1 to Stokes. Up high again, ball 3. So now Stokes has to be patient. And if you're going to pass the baton, you're going to pass the baton to one of the best hitters in the lineup in Carlos De La Cruz. Way inside, ball 4. So Stokes on for the 4th time tonight.
3rd walk for him, too. Well, the batons have passed to De La Cruz.
So Stokes was on 4 times last night and again tonight. Doing his job at leadoff spot, and here comes De La Cruz. Carlos has been on base 3 times tonight. No RBIs to show for it. A couple of singles and a walk in addition to a ground out. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 8th and a 5-5 tie, but before we get that, here comes a visit from Blaine Beatty.
Also, looks like whatever rain system we're in right now should be short, not a big cell. So unless it expands or lingers.
So Blaine Beatty, the pitching coach for Hartford will come out and talk to his left-hander, Evan Justice. Justice, originally from Richmond, Virginia, 24 years of age, 6'4", 205-pound left-hander, facing Carlos De La Cruz. And Andrew Baker up and loose in the Fightin's bullpen. He'll pitch the ninth. Will he do it to try to get a save? Well, that depends on what the Phils can do here in the bottom of the eighth.
We said it with De La Cruz's last at-bat when he had a hard line drive single. That's totally fine. When his approach is hit down on the baseball, line drives, that's when he's at his best. That's when he hits those home runs. It's when he's uppercutting and trying to, swing for the fences early, when he swings through those pitches. So same approach he had really all night so far if it's 2 hits and that walk. Keep the approach the same.
Wayne Beatty returns to the dugout. Evan Justice back to the pitcher's mound. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 95, and De La Cruz swung right over the top of it. Bounces that one up. That's a great play by Romo.
I have no idea how it didn't hit him either.
Yeah, he caught his glove. He had his glove in the right place because it went right through the legs of Carlos De La Cruz. And Romo had his glove there to hit the glove and stayed out in front, and both runners had to stay put. So it's 1-1 now to De La Cruz. Taps that one foul. He was way out in front of that breaking ball.
You saw the way Tyler Henson reacted at third. Was like, oh, he knows he just missed it. If he just sat back a second longer, that was thigh high over the plate.
So it's 1-2 now to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the Phils in the 8th. They come up empty. A hit, 2 left. We'll head to the 9th. Still tied. Hartford 5, Reading 5.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phils player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phils fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at ourphils.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office.
The Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. Will bring Andrew Baker in for the Fightins. Jersey Mike Subs always offers a sub above, providing their customers with delicious sustenance and substance, including both warm and cold subs. Jersey Mike's prides itself on a fresh baked bread, fresh sliced meats, and fresh grilled sandwiches. With 2 convenient Berks County locations, including the 5th Street Highway in Reading and Broadcasting Square in Wyomissing. Jersey Mike's Subs is your home for flavorful subs with quality local ingredients. Order today at jerseymikes.com. Jersey Mike's Subs is a proud 2023 Fightin' Phils team feed partner. Andrew Baker will face Hunter Goodman. Grant Levine and Braxton Fulford in the Hartford lineup. Power against power with Andrew Baker pitching and Hunter Goodman batting the first pitch from Baker, a curveball outside for a ball. Second fastball way outside. It hits 100 on the radar gun. Goodman 0 for 2 on the night. He's walked twice and scored a run both times. Also struck out and grounded out. 2-0 pitch. Way up high again, it's 3-0. So Baker went curveball, fastball, and then back to the curve and missed outside on all 3. So Goodman sits at 3-0. He will not have a take. but he will take ball 4. Not one close from Andrew Baker, and Goodman walks for the 3rd time tonight.
Baker have to buckle down here. He's got the heart of the lineup. Said you got to take a little off to hit your spots. That's what you got to do. Try and roll a double play ball here. So Kyle Schwarber hit a leadoff home run for the Phillies as the month of June continues.
20th appearance for Baker. 21 innings, 30 strikeouts, 12 walks. He's also surrendered 3 home runs in his appearances as Levine bats. And Levine drives this one to left. Ethan Wilson will turn and say goodbye. Grant Levine with an opposite field 2-run home run. And Hartford retakes the lead at 7-5.
Yeah, you said power on power. Fastball outside, Levine. Fastball at 99, Levine just drops the barrel of the head on it and lets the speed coming in do the rest.
7th home run of the season for Grant Levine. RBIs number 20 and 21. Hartford on top 7-5. Still nobody out here in the 9th, and that'll bring up Braxton Fulford. First pitch to him is a curveball that's inside for a ball. Second is the fastball that's also ball two. So again, the walks add to the equation. He walked Hunter Goodman on 4 pitches. So it becomes a 2-run home run off the bat of Levine, and now he's behind Fulford 2-0. And that's over for a called strike. It's 2-1. Fulford 0 for 3 in the night. He walked in the first. The 2-1 pitch is again up high, and it's 3-1. Stephen Jones up and loosening in the Hartford bullpen as Fulford fouls this one out of play. So Jones will pitch the 9th. Mentioned that Evan Justice got the win for Hartford in that extra inning game on Wednesday. Justice got the save by pitching the perfect 10th inning. So Hartford looking for the same combination to come out with a win in game 4 tonight, because they now lead at 7-5. And there's a called strike 3 as Fulford could not pull this trigger. That's out number 1 here in the 9th.
All right, good job by Baker. Open quiet. It's his inning to get out of and keep this a 2-run deficit.
That'll bring up Vladimir Restituyo. He had a big RBI double in the 7th. A 3-run 7th inning for Hartford. After the Phils had taken a 5-2 lead, that 3-run inning tied it up. Now Hartford leads at 7-5. First pitch to Restituyo is up and in for a ball. So Restituyo 1 for 4 on the night. Flails at this one and gets a piece of it, fouls it away. It's 1-1. Restituyo's been fooled on a lot of pitches in this series. But as I said, he's only got 3 hits, and each and every one of them have been big for Hartford. A solo home run in that win on Wednesday, and a base hit that led to another run in the extra inning. There's another weak swing at a breaking ball, and now Baker's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's the pitch that the Phils have had success against Restituyo. Breaking ball in the lower half of the outside corner. And they'll go with a fastball here, and he can't catch up to it. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Baker, 2 down in the 9th. That'll bring up Julio Carreras. Carreras 1 for 4 on the night. He had an RBI single in the first. Baker, the 5th pitcher used by the Fightins tonight after Griffin McGarry was only able to go 2 with some control issues through 62 pitches and walked 6. Gave up 2 runs in the process. But of the 62 pitches that McGarry threw, only 26 of them were strikes. First pitch to Carreras is up and in for a ball. Now he calls time. .1-0 pitch. Misses outside. It's 2-0. Fightins will have 3, 4, and 5 due up in the 9th. way up high, and it's 3-0. And Baker hits 100 on the radar gun, but not even close on the strike zone, way up high. And that's ball 4. Second walk for Baker in this inning. And Carreras is a base runner for the second time.
The back-to-back strikeouts Baker had, the full for the rest of Tuyo. You know, good approaches from the mound. Has to find a way to get back to that.
So Drew Romo now bats 1 for 4 on the night. Swings at the first pitch, at the curveball, and swings over the top of it. And Baker ahead of Romo 0-1. This one driven into the gap in the right center field. Can Rojas get there? He dives and he cannot. It will trickle by, and that's going to allow Restituto to come all the way around and score another run on the RBI double by Drew Romo. Excuse me, Carreras scores the run.
Yeah, Rojas gave it a valiant effort, but not many center fielders, I don't think any, are going to get to that one. Even Johan Rojas, who's been so good defensively, you know, statistically speaking, probably the best ranked defensive center fielder across all of minor league baseball. Probably up there with some guys in the major leagues too.
Yeah, off the bat, that looked like it was a solid hit in the gap. And Rojas cheating the left-handed hitting Romo a little bit the other way towards the left field side of second base. And so he had to run that much further to try to get there. Got there, laid out full, but just couldn't keep it in the glove. Brad Burgess out to say something to Andrew Baker. It was quick. He's already headed back to the dugout. It's now an 8-5 Hartford lead as the Goats have put up another 3 spot. After doing so in the 7th, they do it again in the 9th. And that'll bring Brett Boswell to the plate. Boswell walked and scored in the 2nd, otherwise 0 for 3. Watt drives this one into left field. Wilson broke in. Now he's got to go into foul territory, into the Hartford bullpen. It cannot quite get there. And so that'll be just a foul ball. Boswell will come back to the plate. Wilson broke in on it initially and then had to scramble backwards and far to his right and just could not quite get there, battling his way through the bullpen. So it falls harmlessly. Boswell has a new life. Romo, good-sized lead off of second. Curveball and a good one, and it's no balls and 2 strikes now to Boswell. Beats this one foul as it trickles down the first base line. Boswell, the veteran infielder, played a number of different positions for Hartford. Playing second base tonight, played third base in the first 3 games of this series. No balls and 2 strikes. Drives this one again down the third base line, and Ethan Wilson will give it a run, but this one's headed for the grandstands. It remains no balls and 2 strikes to Boswell.
Looks like there will now be some light throwing beginning in the Hartfield's bullpen. Jake Thompson, who pitched the other night, new member of the team, up and throwing.
Oh, 0-2 pitch from Baker, inside ball 1. Tap down the first baseline. Podka will field it. He'll flip it to Baker, and that'll do it for the Yard Goats here in the ninth, but they do their damage with 3 runs. They do it on 2 hits. We'll head to the ninth. The Fightins need a comeback. They're down 8-5 when we return on the Reading Fightin' Phil's radio network.
Unlike any other area in FirstEnergy Stadium, the Savage 61 Dugout Suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on the field. Located just a few feet from the diamond on the first base side with covered seating, abilities of motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around. Your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite start at $27 and include options to add food and drink packages. The ProMax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks. In a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view of the visiting bullpen, regular season tickets are $34 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at First.
So the Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. As we said, he was warming up in the top of the ninth, and he'll get the bottom of the ninth. It's Stephen Jones for the Yard Goats. He got the save for Hartford in Wednesday's win. Evan Justice got the win. And it was Andrew Baker who got the blown save in that game. So this one is eerily similar so far to what happened on Wednesday night when Hartford won it in extra innings. And Reading won game 1. One of the rare laughers for the Fightins on this season, especially at home. 14-2, Reading won game 1 of this series. Hartford won game 2 in 10 innings, 7-2. Bills came back with an 8-3 win last night. They trail 8-5 as they come to the plate here in the bottom of the ninth. Johan Rojas, Nick Podkul, and Oliver Dunn will be the 3 to bat for the Fightins here in the ninth. They hope there'll be more than 3. Rojas 1 for 4 on the night with an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Justice 4-0 on the season. This is his 11th appearance. Excuse me, let me correct myself. This is the 6th appearance for Stephen Jones. 0-0 with a 1.93 earned run average. First pitch called strike. Rojas takes the second for a strike as well. So Jones quickly gets ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Jones, 6'4", 195-pound right-hander. Originally from Tallahassee, Florida, 25 years of age. 21st round draft pick of the Rockies back in 2019. Bounces one up the middle, going to be a tough play for Carreras. He will not have a play. Johan Rojas is safe at first with an infield single. Second hit of the night for Rojas as he continues to chase the hit lead in the Eastern League. Coming into tonight's game, Rojas with 73 hits was 5 off the lead, but 2 more hits tonight for Rojas. And more importantly, he's a base runner now for Nick Podkul. Podkul 0 for 4 on the night. 4 for 16 now in the series. First pitch swinging and taps it foul. Tyler Henson will let it come to a stop and then pick it up. That's the smart play. And now make a souvenir out of it as he tosses it into the 67 club. And Tyler Henson, the acting manager for the Phils. Al Padrique will rejoin the Phils on Tuesday in the road trip to Portland. Podkul tried to check his swing and he ended up making contact. It's a slow roller back to the pitcher. Justice will make the throw, or Jones, excuse me, will make the throw to first in time. Rojas moves up to second. Podkul was trying to get out of the way of it. The ball hit his bat and rolled into fair territory. So he became an easy out as he was obviously not breaking out of the box. So it goes 1-3 in the scorebook for out number 1. That'll bring up Oliver Dunn. Dunn, a couple of solo home runs in this one. Also a strikeout and a pop-up. So 2 for 4 on the night for Dunn. Johan Rojas, the runner at second. 1 out, bottom half of the 9th inning. Ball 1 to Dunn. And the second is at the letters for a called strike 1. This one's into dirt, ball 2. Romo fields it on the backhand stop, making sure that Rojas cannot advance. Stephen Jones, the 5th pitcher of the night for Hartford. Phils have used 5 pitchers as well. 2 balls and a strike to Oliver Dunn. This one foul and out of play. The count even now at 2-2. 96 on the fastball from Stephen Jones. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 2 down here in the 9th. So now it's up to Casey Martin. Martin 0 for 4 on the night. A couple of strikeouts and a couple of flyouts. Phil's down to the final batter. Johan Rojas, the runner at second base. Martin takes the first pitch from Jones for a called strike 1. Second, same pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. Lifts this one into center field. Restituyo will make the call and the catch, and that will do it as Hartford, with the 3 spot in the top half of the 9th inning, will take the W tonight, and they'll even this series. The final score, Hartford 8, Reading 5. We'll take a timeout. We get back on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network with the postgame show right after this. Welcome back to the postgame show where the Hartford Yard Goats get the W tonight over the Reading Fightin' Phils by a score of 8-5. By the way, before we go into the details of how that game on tonight's game unfolded, we'll tell you the attendance for tonight's game presented to you by PSECU. 6,237 is the official attendance for tonight. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Pitching matchup tonight was Griff McGarry against Chris McMahon. McMahon, the starting pitcher for Hartford, as we've said earlier in the broadcast, if you missed it, a local product from Westchester, and facing Griff McGarry. But McGarry was in trouble early on with control. He walked 3 batters in a row in the first inning after striking out Nico Decolati. So he loaded up the bases with a second strikeout then to Vladimir Restituyo, maybe in a position to get out of it, but a base hit from Julio Carreras drives in a run, and the Yard Goats jumped out on top 1-0. McGarry came back out for the second, and more of the same. He walked the first 3 batters in the inning. He then got the difficult stick of Hunter Goodman out on a strikeout for the first out, but then a fly ball off the bat of Grant Levine plated another run as Boswell came home, and it was a 2-0 game in favor of Hartford. Reading got on the board in the second inning on a solo home run for Oliver Dunn to cut it to a 2-1 game, and then got back in it in the third with Cody Roberts leading off with a single. Madison Stokes then walked, moving Roberts to second base. Carlos De La Cruz then came up with a base hit that loaded the base, and then eventually Johan Rojas brought home Cody Roberts with the base hit. And that tied the game at 2. So it was an RBI single from Johan Rojas with Cody Roberts coming home. And so at a 2-2 game, after McGarry was taken out of the game, it was a rough night for McGarry. 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Again, he threw 62 pitches a night, only 26 of them for strikes. But to his credit, if you will, he did only give up the 2 runs for Hartford. It could have been a whole lot worse with those 6 walks, but he dodged the bullet enough to only give up 2 runs, and the Phils then turned it over to Adam Levert, and he was excellent for 3 innings. Held Hartford scoreless for 3 innings, did not give up a hit or a walk, and struck out 2. And that allowed the Phils to get it to their advantage with another run in the 4th, and it was Oliver Dunn again, blasting one into the Pool Pavilion in right field to give the Phils their first lead of the night at 3-2. Reading then extended that lead in the 6th inning, and it started with Cody Roberts again on a walk, and then Herbert Iser blasted one onto the roof of the Pool Pavilion in right field, and the Phils' lead was up to 5-2 as a result. However, the Phils' bullpen was not able to hold that lead. Max Coons had a perfect 6th inning. They brought him back out for the 7th, and it did not go well. Christopher Navarro led it off with a double. Then Nico Decolati came up at the top of the order and plated Navarro with a base hit to make it a 5-3 game. And then Hunter Goodman walked to make it 1st and 2nd and nobody out. That ended the night for Coons. With the left-handed hitting Grant Levine up, the Phils went to Keelan Kilgore, their lone lefty in the bullpen. And Levine drove one to left field that was deep enough to score Decolati with the 4th run to make it a 5-4 game. And the Phils looking like maybe they were out of it. They got Braxton Fulford to fly out, but then Vladimir Restituyo got himself a double into left field, and that brought on Hunter Goodman and tied the game at 5 apiece. Kilgore able to get out of that inning with no further damage, but enough damage to tie the game up at 5-5. The Phils couldn't counter with anything in the 7th or the 8th, and so we went to the 9th, tied at 5, and the Phils brought Andrew Baker in, and power on power against Hunter Goodman, but it was no contest as he missed on 4 straight pitches to Goodman and walked him, which brought up the left-handed hitting Grant Levine, and Levine went the other way with a 2-run home run to put the Goats on top 7-5. Baker then got back-to-back strikeouts, but then walked Julio Carreras, who came around to score on an RBI double from Drew Romo to make it an 8-5 game. Phils had one last chance in the bottom of the 9th. Johan Rojas led it off with a single, but Stephen Jones was able to retire the next 3 batters in order, and that ended the night for the Fightins as Hartford wins it by a final score of 8-5. So Evan Justice gets the win again. He's got both wins in this series. Stephen Jones gets the save. He's got both saves in this series. So Justice is now 5-0 Andrew Baker takes the loss. He is now 0-4 on the season. Time of the game, 2 hours and 56 minutes. The attendance again, 6,237 watching baseball here in Baseball Town. The Phils and the Yard Goats will go at it again tomorrow night, Saturday night at the ballpark, and it should be a good one. You might hear it in the background right now as the fireworks show begins here on a Friday night, Fiesta Friday. There'll be more of that on tomorrow night. Saturday night, 6:45 is first pitch. Tompkins Plaza will open up at 4:45. And again, don't forget, tomorrow night is a salute to Penn State football, Nick Singleton. Joey Schlaffer and Javen Williams, 3 former Berks County standouts on the football field and now members of the Penn State Nittany Lion football program, will be here signing autographs and or having pictures taken with them. Singleton will be pictures, Schlaffer and Williams will be signing and pictures. But again, it was scheduled to be from 5 until 6, but the Penn State Nittany Lions have a weightlifting session tomorrow morning, and so all 3 players will be getting here, and they may not be getting here until around 5 o'clock, maybe a little bit later. So we'll adjust that accordingly as it happens. But again, just to, come on out. The gate, again, the Tompkins Plaza opens up at 4:45, and hopefully the signing will go on without much of a delay. But there could be a little bit of a delay at the beginning. But hopefully you'll get out here and get your autographs and or your pictures with those 3 outstanding young men. And then the Fightins and the Yard Goats, again, will go after one another at 6:45. And when that's all said and done, we'll have more fireworks. Tomorrow night, a Mega Blast fireworks, even bigger and better than what might be happening right now here at the ballpark. And then Sunday, of course, is Father's Day. Bring Dad out to watch a baseball game on a sunny Sunday afternoon. Great weather on the forecast for the weekend. And men receive a Reading Phils bucket hat with your attendance on Sunday. That'll complete the series with the Phils and the Yard Goats. That series right now is tied at 2-2 with Hartford getting the win in tonight's game. 8 runs on 7 hits, no errors for Hartford. They left 9 men on base. For the Fightins, 5 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. Hartford now goes to 26-34 on the season. Reading falls to 23-37 on the year. Again, tomorrow night, the scheduled pitcher for Hartford is right-handed pitcher Nick Garcia. Not quite sure what's going to happen for the Fightins. Josh Hendrickson was supposed to start for Reading, but the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs needed a pitcher for today, or at least needed another arm, and so they brought Hendrickson up, and Hendrickson did pitch out of the bullpen for the Iron Pigs tonight, so he is obviously off the table as a starter. So we're not sure yet what the Phils will do in regards to their starter for tomorrow night's baseball game. Why don't you just come on out to the ballpark and find out with all of us. We'll figure that out when the lineups are shared tomorrow here at FirstEnergy Stadium. So that will do it for our broadcast. As always, we thank you for tuning in and listening to our Phils baseball. For my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. We'll be back at it with more baseball here in Baseball Town tomorrow night as the Phils and the Hartford Yard Goats go after one another in Game 5 of this 6-game series. As always, thanks for listening. And if you can't make it out to the ballpark, we'll have it for you tomorrow night. But we'd love to see you here at the ballpark. Have yourselves a great night, everyone. And we'll talk to you with more Reading Fightin' Phils baseball tomorrow here at FirstEnergy Stadium.